danger, heal all the wounds and cure all the anger. There's all the pain and heal all the anger. Let's dissolve our pain and get out of danger. Heal all the wounds and cure all the anger. I'll be the doctor, you be the patient. Use your medicine now, you take it. No, it doesn't kill you. Aha, we are live. Aha. It's not a lotion, it's no magic potion. BND, okay, bin 7968. Hi, Constance. Good evening, Constance. Constance M. Lune de Mer. Hey, Australia. Yay. Lune de Mer. I don't know what that means, but it sounds very cool. Sounds very cool. Very, very, very cool. All sun, away. Just show up, why don't you? Just make yourself at home. Sure. Yeah, not too bad. Thank you, Constance. Thank you for asking. Yes. Yes. Yes, very good. Thank you. Yes. Hi, Delia. What's going on? Hi, Delia. Delia H. Yeah, in the house. Yeah, good evening. Oh, it means the untangled one. Wow. Wow, that's beautiful. The untangled one. You're lucky. You're very, very lucky. Wow, that's pretty cool. Wish everybody had that. 1, 2, 3, mini minx. Mini minx. Good evening, mini minx. Only you can be you. Correct. That's true. Only you can be you. Okay. Yeah, Manuela. Hi, Manuela. Thank you for coming again. Yeah. And Hannah Burns. Dear Hannah Burns, I think we had a conversation once, didn't we? I believe we did. You sound very British. It sounds like you're from the British Isles, like you're related to royalty. Trinity Rising, good evening. Good evening, Trinity. Yay. And Laura Ella, of course. Laura's here. Let's start. You get your whole column all to yourself. Laura Allen Smith. Laura E.S. Double-barreled name. Very, very classy. Brent Mangor. Brent Mangor. Of course. Why not? Happy Go. Happy Go Lucky's here. Happy Go. Hi, Happy Go. La, 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 la. Lena's here. We can all start dancing. Lena's in the house. Lena is in the house. Julie Baker is here tonight. Tonight, Julie Baker and Sarah McCauley. Hello. Hello, 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 hello. Sarah McCauley, McC. I'm just going to give you a McC. Let the love in. You're right, Elizabeth. Let the love in, Elizabeth. Elizabeth Oliver, what was that? From the... wait a minute. Slow down, slow down. I can't keep up. Hold on. Elizabeth Oliver. Yes, you probably have your own TV show about food, don't you? Food, 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 food. Indigo Child, good evening. You're very, very special. You know that. You're very, very, very special. Everybody's here, Lena. Everybody's here. Everybody's here. Everybody's here, including you. Yeah, it's interesting how people like food, isn't it? I like food. Hello, hello, hello. Yes, you're here at the beginning of the show. Yes. Joanna. Oh, Joanna, I didn't see you before. Welcome, everybody. Hey, say hi to Joanna. I don't remember you here before, but welcome. Vanek. Maybe you're Polish. Are you Polish? Swedish? Yeah, it's party time, people. Yeah, everybody's here, literally. MC is in the house. Look at that, 3 columns tonight. We're not messing around. You're just not. Who is that from Australia? Who's the one from Australia? I just saw you come in here from Australia. Maria's here. Good evening, Maria. Josue Nativi. Josue, this is your first time? Okay. We got a newbie, people. We've got a newbie. Da, 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 da. It's time for some hazing tonight, people. Josue. Sharon Teo. Sharon Teo. Yes, Mercury's just flipping out of retrograde. Thank you so much. Pepperfrost. Pepperfrost. Whoa. Pepperfrost. It sounds like a kind of breakfast cereal. Pepperfrost breakfast cereals. You called in sick so that you could come to the Tarot Illumination show. I know, people do that. I know. You, Stephanie Vaughn. Did I get you? Stephanie Vaughn. No, I didn't. Stephanie. Stephanie V. Good evening, Stephanie V. Trinity wants me to talk about Uranus going into Taurus. Oh, yeah, we can do that. Huh. Oh, yeah. We'll do that. Big time if you want. For sure. Topic. Let's have a look. Trinity's already planning for towers in her readings. Well done. Don't worry, Constance. It will break up. It is breaking up, in fact, at the moment. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay, there's a lot of people there. Joshua, did I get you? Yes. I'm glad you're so interested in Uranus and Taurus. Your Wi-Fi is still in Mercury retrograde. Okay, understandable. Hey, that's okay, Lena. We got yeah. Gemini cusp. Okay. All right. So okay, we got 33 in the house tonight. So Stephanie is speaking very loudly again tonight. I hear you, Stephanie. I hear you. Thank you so much. Setting the tone again for the evening. Woohoo! I should say thank you so much. I don't know what to do. Thank you so much. You get a star. You get a star, Stephanie. You get a star. Yeah. To become alive or just to disappear. Yeah, favorites here. 33 people, Ascended Number Masters. Yay. Favorites here. Favorite D is in the house. Welcome. You guys are what are holding this channel together. You realize that, don't you? Like, you guys are the foundations of this channel. Paulson is watching the show from his moon chair. Of course. Everyone has a moon chair nowadays. Favorites in the house, yes. Favorite has a request. What is it, favorite? What is it? Just speak it out. You don't have to be shy here. You know that. Okay. What was the request? You might as well just spill it out. Oh, I see. I don't know how to help you. I don't know how to help you, favorite. I don't know how to do that. Nina Berserk. Nina Berserk. Nina Berserk. Of course. Of course. Nina Berserk. Who is that? Cat. Who's that? Who's C? Wait a minute. More bright colors on my screen, people. I got to check this out. Elizabeth Oliver. Well, guess what, Elizabeth Oliver? You know what happens? Money talks. Money talks very loud on this channel. I don't know if you noticed, but Tarot Lumination is very responsive to the dollar. Thank you so much. You have got a reading, so that's for sure. Let's just start taking names, people. Elizabeth. So there you go. Look at that. That's all yours. Guaranteed. Guaranteed stairway to heaven tonight, people. You know what, Josue, you're going to get one too. We're going to get you totally dialed in. Woohoo, because you're getting hazed, baby. Yeah. Just so, yeah. Come alive on. Yeah, it is a stairway. It is a Carrie Ann Robinson. Okay, I gotta put you on the new list, okay? Hold on. We'll talk about this later. Carrie Ann Robinson. Carrie Ann. Carrie Ann Robinson. Thank you so much. Cha Edwin, hi. Cha, did I ever give you a reading? I don't believe I did. I don't think I ever did. Greetings and salutations. Yes, that's very, very true. Yes. Gypsy 713. 713 for sure. Sounds like a new arrival. Just landing. You've just landed on planet Tarot Lumination. Yeah. Trinity Rising was to discuss Sun going into Taurus. Sun goes into Taurus. Yes, we can do that. There's a lot of interest in Taurus tonight, people. Interesting, very interesting questions, people. You know, we've never had a webinar. We've never done all these like astrology serious channel webinar things. I know we've talked about it, but we've never actually done it. This is quite serious stuff. I hope you know that, people. What is your birthday? What? Hold on a second. I need to have a bit of calm and peace and quiet here in the room. We've just been playing the songs a little bit. So, we've had some interesting visits. You know what? I was gonna ask who here tonight has an Aries sun and an Aries moon. Does anybody have? I mean, it's freaky. I don't know if it's actually possible, but is anybody like here an Aries new moon baby tonight? Anybody here born with sun in Aries and moon in Aries? Just asking. I'm just kind of curious. Yeah. Yes, exactly, Happy Go. Fukushima. Yeah, Fukushima. It was almost exactly when Uranus went into Aries. Oh, sorry, like when it moved into Taurus. Big, big earthquake. Massive earthquake. And so, well, we'll talk about this stuff in a moment. I still want to make sure we got people here. Triple Virgo. Oh, okay. Delia Hogan, you've got an Aries sun. Okay, interesting. Okay. Delia Hogan. Delia Hogan, Aries sun. Hold on. Thank you, Stephanie, for that big shout out to support Terra Illumination. I really appreciate that. Okay. Constance, what's that? What are you saying, Constance? Are you an Aries sun with an Aries moon? Really? Really? Seriously, Constance? Wow, that's a big deal. Wow. Huh. Constance. I'm just going to put a couple notes here on the side. Constance. I got to make a note of this, okay? Constance. Oh, wait a minute. You're a triple Virgo? Wait a minute. That's freaky. Triple Virgos and triple Pisces here on the same night? Wow. Oh. Oh. Okay. Okay, everybody's starting to shout out where they're from to you. Vancouver. Nina from Vancouver. Triple Aqua. We've got triples here tonight. Isn't that freaky? Look at that. Constance. Constance. The triple Virgo. All Sun is a triple Aquarius. And who I saw somebody there who was a triple Pisces. Who was that? Who was that triple Pisces? Look at that. Texas, Canada, Alberta. Let's have a look. Hold on. Give me a moment here. Carrie Ann Robinson, you can write in. You have to type in more details. Ask your question again, Carrie Ann, because we need to find out more. Triple Aries. Is there a triple Aries in the house? We got constant triple Virgo, all suns triple Pisces. Who is there? Who's that? Who's the Elizabeth Oliver? You're a triple Pisces. Whoa. Whew. That's freaky, people. I don't know why, but triple Pisces. It's been kind of an interesting day with patterns, patterns, and patterns, and luck, and luck, and luck. I have to tell you. Well, triple Pisces, yeah, I could imagine it would be challenging because you would attract so much pain and suffering from others. Jeepers. I don't know what a triple Aries would be like. I'd love to meet a triple Aries just to see what happens. So look. So we got people here from Canada, Australia, Texas. Where else? Let's have a look. Where else? The board is kind of messy tonight, as you can see. I'm not keeping very good track of people. Sorry about that. Let's have a look here. Oh, he wants some more writing. Okay. He wants some more music. I'll put it on again, but we have to get on with the show, you know. I just want to keep finishing collecting the names, and then we can start to get on with the reading. We've got important stuff to do, people. You know, this is a very, very serious channel, and we do lots of very, very important things. Extremely important things here. Okay, so let's have a look. Okay, let's. Actually, I'm going to make a new chart for tonight. Hold on. Let's have a look at that one. This is the big one coming up. Hold on. Makes you stronger, it wipes out the tears, it makes you live. Hold on, I've got to reload the page. It's jammed. Stay there. Don't go away, people. Love in the moment. Hold on, I got to clear some space here. Hugh fucking knew it. What's going on? Okay. Hugh, I don't know how to spell that name. Hold on, I have to get the names there. Hugh, who is that? I missed somebody. Oregon. Effing knew it. Oregon. Oregon. Pennsylvania. I didn't keep a very good list of locations tonight. I'm sorry. I really wanted to. Hold on, it's getting warm here already. Okay, let's have a look here. Let's have a look. I'm going to turn the sound down, okay, people? Sorry. Capricorn from Vancouver. Yay. It's probably raining up there right now. Okay, let's have a look. Philadelphia, Vancouver, Calgary. We got it's all over the freaking place tonight, people. So, I don't know where you guys are from. Hugh effing NK knew it. He effing knew it. So right now tonight we have private readings for sure for Elizabeth and for Josue. I don't know if I said that properly, Josue, but I'm going to say it now. Okay. Lake Ariel, Pennsylvania. Now Lena has a personality. Look. This is a big problem, people. Lena is having a crisis because she's just realized she has a personality. That's a problem. Yes. Yes. Hi, Jenny. Yes, we're doing really well. Thank you. Justin Chin. Sag from Boston. Sagittarius from Boston. Justin Chin. My handwriting is terrible tonight, people. I'm sorry. It's a mess. Guada. Hola. Guada. Where are you from? Mexico? From Los Angeles? Texas? Guatemala? Laura Ellen needs a reading. Laura, what are we going to do with you? I'm very curious about these. Who's that in South Africa? Who said that? South Africa. Where? Wait. I missed somebody. Stay there. Don't go away, people. I need to catch that. Who was that from? Oh, it's Hugh. Hugh is from South Africa. Wow. South Africa. That is far away. My God, that's far away. It's like 10,000 miles from me. New Mexico, Gypsy 713 is from New Mexico. Hold on. I want to check my notes. Gypsy, did I get you earlier? No, I didn't. Dang, I got to get that on there. Okay, hold on. I've got to keep the music going. I'm obviously still catching up. Gypsy 713. Oh, I got you here already. Duh. Forgot it. No double dipping, people. Yeah. You have moon chocolate. Constance. Constance wants one. We know that. Laura. Laura. Ellen's here. Hi, Ellen. Hold on. Hold on. I'll just check in. Laura Ellen Smith. I'm just going to put some names onto the side here. Manuela from Michigan. Salt Gulp. Hey, Salt Gulp. I've seen you in the chats, like in the comments pages. Good evening and welcome. You haven't been here. Salt Gulp, welcome tonight. Thank you so much. And Ellen. Ellen Michaels is here from sunny Oregon. I know that because we've talked before. Good evening and welcome, Ellen. Yeah, we're going to have the group reading. Don't worry, Sharon. We're going to do the group reading. Group reading. Elizabeth's already reading. Constance. Thomas Bayliss. Thomas Bayliss. Good evening, yes, and welcome. So we're still playing all the introduction music, people. Really, you like the reading, the weekly readings? That's good. That's good. So, Lena, I'm sorry you're having a crisis. It's very difficult when you discover you have a personality. It's all right. Yes. Path Traveler's here. Hey. Yeah, we got to do a monster group hug tonight, Path Traveler. It's a really good opportunity. I'm sorry, the board is very messy tonight. Primary has arrived. Primary just landed. So there we go. Primary Feathers just landed. Good evening. Yes. Oh, Vancouver. Yes. Nina. Where are you, Nina? Let's have a look. Nina Berserk from Vancouver. There we go. Yeah. So we got an interesting crowd here tonight, people. I'm going to leave it at this for now. I don't know how much energy we're going to have for tonight. I've got 4 readings lined up already. So we're off to a really good start. Let me just make this proper so it looks more professional, as you know. As you know, it's a highly professional channel, and we do things to the very highest standards here. We don't mess around at Tarot Lumination. Triple Virgo. Yes, I'm hoping you're all settled in with your snuggly warm socks and fingerless gloves so you can do Tarot Lumination stuff in the cold if you have to. I hope you've got your umbrellas and your ponchos and your parkas and your winter gloves and your ski boots and your skis. You need all of it, plus a hot water thermos. There you go. Okay. All right, let's go, people. Let's get going here. All right, let's have a look. Tonight's private readings, tonight's very, very, very public readings little mini readings are for Elizabeth, Josue, Laura, and Constance. That's what we've got. And I want to say thank you, Stephanie. We've had a few readings. I'm going to give you another one another time. Okay? I think we did one last week. So I'm going to put these over here for now. And we're going to start getting into some business, people. Yeah. All right, let's start to get very, very, very serious here. I'm just switching the music down a little bit. Stay there. Don't go away. I got to just stop the music there. Pause that for a little bit. Trying to run this whole thing. It's like a little mom and pop. Ray Del Sol. Hold on. New names just arriving. Ray Del Sol. That means rays of sunshine. I'm sure. Rays of sunshine. So first of all, let's have a look. Ontario. Yeah, brutal storm. Croatian from Vancouver. Okay, anyway, let's get serious. Let's do some very, very important things here. First of all, some of the people are interested in talking about Uranus going into Taurus. We can do that. Also, the sun moving into Taurus. We can do that. Also, we're going to do a group reading. So as you can tell, tonight is going to be a very serious show. Yes, we all need charts. So first of all, let me make a little Astro doodle for tonight so that you can all see what we're doing here tonight. Right now, give me a second, and we'll figure this out. Let's go over here. So for the global chart, we have something that looks like this, where we have a lot of energy up here in Capricorn. Okay, we got Pluto, Saturn, and Mars up here in Capricorn, which is wonderful. The serious reality check police. And of course, we have the new moon tonight, right now, here in Aries. New moon, Aries. This is happening right now, people. Okay, I think we've got Sun, Mercury. What else? Uranus, and whatever else is there. The moon, of course, and the moon, all piled up here. Okay, so you've probably noticed this is a very heavy set of squares here. Okay, so that's very challenging for all of us. However, do not despair, because simultaneously, if we do this, okay, this is a very, 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 very quick Tarot Lumination Astro Doodle. This is very challenging, but at the same time, we have something very, very fortuitous. It's happening at exactly the same time. We have Venus in Taurus right now, dead opposite Jupiter in Taurus. It's Scorpio. Okay, right now. So we have this, looks like a very stressful opposition, but it's actually very beautiful. Okay, because we've got a massive pile of sextiles between all the Pisces stuff over here and the Capricorn stuff over here. So in the charts, it looks like this and this and this. So these are sextiles, and this is a trine. So do you see this pattern here? This pattern here is very, very beautiful. And we've also got this. This is delicious. This is delicious for everybody. This is magic. This is heaven. This is heavenly, heavenly energy, good fortuitous energy for all of us if we are aware of it, if your hypersensitivity antennas are clued in. This is very, very stressful. And both of these things are happening simultaneously right now, tonight. So what's the message, people? Well, I have an interpretation. My interpretation is that it's very, very important to understand that no matter how challenging it is for us right now to be our true, authentic, unique, most individual selves and be true to ourselves and give ourselves a chance to start from scratch, start from new, and we're under a lot of pressure to do that. Number one, love yourself. There's a tremendous pressure here to love yourself first. And it might not come naturally because we're always having to consider other people in our lives. But this is a very important message to listen very closely to your heart and be very, very true to what you're hearing. If it's bad news, admit it. If it's good news, admit it. But it's very challenging. It's a lot of pressure. Now, at the same time, it's very important to realize how incredibly lucky we are to have this. Okay? There's a tremendous amount of healing support energy here, especially with all this. The Pisces stuff is just finishing now. And the Jupiter, Venus, all these planets, this is very harmonious and very, very supportive. We're very, very lucky to have this. So I'm going to share a little tiny story with you today about my good fortune. So I was very lucky to be invited by my dear friend to go for a very early morning hike in the mountains. So we went up into the mountains and she said, guess what? If you're lucky, it's very, very rare, but on a good day, it's possible to see whales from here. Not Wales, the country in England, but whales, the big fat fish. So I said, oh, wow, okay. Well, I kept telling her, I don't think whales are going to show up here in millions of square miles of ocean just because we arrived. And she looked at me and I said, I'm just going to do it anyway. We're going to look out there. I'm going to look on the horizon. And then within 15 seconds, bam-o, 2 whales. A big fat mama whale and her little baby calf whale right in front of us, sitting right there. Well, not sitting, but swimming through the ocean and blowing up their big fountains. So my friend and me, we looked at each other. She was completely shocked. She said, I don't believe that. And I said, well, I believe it. I just saw it. You saw it. And all those other people standing over there, they saw it too. And they were screaming. They were so excited. Well, I was screaming too. And the rest of the day has been like that. It was very, very busy with traffic, but we found instant parking here, instant parking at the cafe, instant traffic. We had green lights all the way through, and millions of people were struggling with the traffic, but we just sailed through it. And at our coffee shop, we had chairs that opened up for us perfectly, and everything was delicious and wonderful. And I believe it is because we are both very aware of how incredibly lucky we are, and we allowed the good fortune to flow. We accepted the love. We've earned it. We've worked for it. And now the love is flowing. Okay. Now this doesn't always happen. It would have been so easy just to sit at home and get stuck in all your problems and miseries about how tough it is to be who we are, to be true to ourselves. But no, we didn't do that. And you guys aren't doing that either. I'm sure you guys are all aware that you have to understand how incredibly fortunate you are just to be alive, just to be able to be hanging out here and doing this freaky weird thing that we do here, Tarot Illumination Sunday Night Live. It's a very loving, very healing thing. And I love to share this with you guys. So Lena saw a crab on the beach. That's beautiful. I love crab. I could eat it. Sorry. So that's what's happening tonight. Now, somebody was asking, what's it like when Uranus moves into Taurus? Okay, well, there's probably some big time astrologers out there who are already doing lots of reports and videos about all this stuff, but I guarantee it is a global game changer. So let's do it like this. I'm doing another Astro doodle. I'm going to put Aries on the horizon, the universal chart for everybody. So it looks kind of like this. I'll just call this one Aries, okay? And we'll call this one Taurus. So this is going to be a very, very short little mini report. Can you see this, people? I hope you can see it. So somebody wrote on the screen earlier, I can't remember who it was, but 7 years ago, almost to the day, Uranus, okay, let's do it this way. Uranus moved from Pisces into Aries. Uranus moved from Pisces into Aries, and that had a big shift change on the whole planet. And there was massive disruptions, massive earthquakes, Fukushima disaster. It caused huge disasters in the global stock markets and things like that. So here we are 7 years later. 7 years later, and now this is finished, and now we're starting a new journey. Uranus in Taurus. So what does that mean? Well, for everybody on the planet, it means big changes for wherever this is in your chart. So wherever you are, you have this somewhere. So it could look like this, or this, or this, or this, or this. For example, okay, this would be Aries. So for a Libra, let's just do it for a Libra. So for a Libra, you're going to have huge shifts and changes over the next 7 years when it comes to things like deep intimacy, having, let's say, going deep into the energy of your most important relationships, like what happens when you share your resources with your most intimate other people, okay? It's going to change forever. You're going to find out what is it that is really important to you. What is it that you really value? Now, if you go back to Aries, it's going to be here in your second house, okay? So it's going to be huge transformations and shifts into what is it that you value? What are your gifts? What are your talents? What are your, what do you hold most dear? How are you going to make money? Where is your money going to come from? Where did it used to come from? Where is it going to come from in the future? Things like this. And what are you going to value about your world and your people around you? Your whole value system is going to change. The way you perceive people, the people that you once loved you might see them differently now, and new people, you might see them differently, and recalibrating all your values. If you are, let's say, oh my gosh, I don't want to go into all the astrology for everybody, but look at it this way. Uranus and Taurus is going to affect the whole world when it comes to banking, money, finance, currencies, like, dollars, yen, Swiss francs, Australian dollars, and things like that. Chinese yuan, all those things are going to change dramatically. Huge, like, earthquakes are going to happen in the global financial markets. And people will discover the things that really count are what I call hard assets. Things like a house, land, an apartment, a complex, diamonds, gold, property, things that you own, things that have value. Maybe you're very skilled at something, and you need to improve your skills to get the best value out of who you are and what you do. Now, this is also happening at the same time that, oh gosh, I'm getting so convoluted here. This stuff here, all this Capricorn stuff is happening at the same time. So I guarantee people, oh, this is a perfect opportunity. You know, I don't do professional astrology. I mean, I can help, but this is an opportunity for you guys. Here's my little book, Wealth, Money, Finance. Okay. This little book is very, very much to do with the question that you just asked about Uranus and Taurus, because it's also at the same time, Uranus and Taurus is happening during January 2020, at the same time that we have Pluto, Saturn, and Jupiter aligned, all conjunct. This is a very, very big moment in history. We haven't had anything like this for about 250 years. To me, I call it 1776 revisited, because it's going to be like the energy of revolutionary changes in regards to banking, global banking and global structuring. And that's why I wrote this little book. And I put it at the very, very back here. If anybody's interested in these kinds of things, there it is in big bold letters. The time when Pluto and Saturn and Jupiter are closest alignment will be January 2020, right there, okay? So start making plans now. There's going to be big shifts. And there's no point in doing readings for everybody. I could do a playlist for hours and hours and hours for every sign, but I don't have the energy, and you're better off going to some astrologers. I can do it, but I don't really want to do it. So Uranus, because it's, first of all, because it's Uranus, it's going to be radical, shocking, unpredictable. You won't understand it. You won't even know it's happening until it happens. And then when it does happen, it'll be surprising. It'll be from out of the blue, and it will change things forever. It's just like lightning. It's like the energy of lightning. It's like the energy of earthquakes. It's the energy of revolution and instantaneous knowledge and awakening. So it's also, because it's happening in Taurus, it's going to be very closely related to the earth, plants, trees, nature, water, dirt, mountains, oceans, lakes, rivers, everything that's solid, like our structures, our institutions, our businesses, our banking systems, and all the infrastructure that goes with it, very closely aligned with Pluto and Capricorn. So there's going to be big shifts, like revolutions, big revolutions in business, big revolutions in finance. Some of them could be very, very uncomfortable, because whatever is like obsolete and redundant is just going to fall apart. And that makes way for all the new stuff to happen. So there's kind of a little mini seminar, mini micro webinar on Uranus in Taurus. Now, another one of you wanted to ask, what about Sun going into Taurus? Well, this happens every year, as you know, for all you Taurus people here tonight. So we've already got some information. All right, tonight, let's go back here. Gosh, this is getting complicated, people. I'm sorry. So we've got the new moon in Aries right now, tonight. This is very, very serious stuff. I've just put it over here. We have lots of harmonious supporting energy, but it's very important to notice the challenge here. Now, in exactly 2 weeks from tonight, we will be going into the Taurus energy. The Taurus energy actually begins on April the 19th, but the full moon is on the 29th. So when everything moves into Taurus, because there's a lot of Earth planets around at this time, things might become more stable, more comfortable, more understandable. for everybody on the planet. It might not be what you like, but it's very stabilizing. And with the Scorpio full moon here on the 29th, there's going to be a very powerful emphasis on relationships, especially on relationships and the value inside the relationships. How much value are you bringing to the relationship? And how much value is your significant other bringing to the relationship? Is that being done in a very honest, equitable, fair manner? Because Saturn here is helping you to make this happen. This is very harmonious, sextile and trine energy, but it is happening in an opposition. So in 2 weeks from now, you're going to feel this, okay? There's a lot of pressure for us to still evolve and grow here on the North Node, but we can talk about that another time. When the sun goes into Taurus, things tend to be more mellow, more gentle. The focus and the emphasis is on the things, the tangible things in your life, in your world, like food, house, money, even things like plants, flowers, your car, all the things that you own, all the things that you value, all the skills and the talents that you have become very, very highlighted. And then seeing how those relate to other people in this world. Okay, you're going to notice that towards the end of the month. The Taurus new moon, we can do that in a few weeks, because that's going to be coming on May the 15th. So that's going to be a very, very big day. I've just put it here already. This is a very, very, very big, important day, people. May the 15th. Okay, so we have a whole month to prepare for this. May 15th, 2018 is a huge calendar moment, because we're getting the Taurus new moon over here, sun in Taurus, moon in Taurus, and also we're going to get Uranus going into Taurus. It's a huge deal. We're talking about, oh, where's my notes? I'm sorry, this is a total mess, people. You know, I'm not a teacher, I'm not a lecturer. This is not what I do, but you did ask the questions, and I'm just trying to help you guys. Where is it? Okay, here's the one. Look at this. You asked, what happens when Uranus goes into Taurus? Okay, I tried to answer you in a few minutes to give you an idea. Uranus in Taurus is going to be life-changing for all of us, and it starts on May 15th, okay? And it happens also on May 15th, sun and moon go into Taurus. So this is a huge, we're talking within a few days here. You know, it's a few days, but please mark your calendar. May 15th is going to be like a deep, deep soul change for all of us, wherever this point lies in your chart, wherever this point is. So in terms of very, very simple astrology, this point here, like it's kind of up here, it's late degrees Taurus, wherever this is in your chart, there's going to be new starts and new beginnings when it comes to the things that you value in that part of your life, okay? And these might be shocking to you. You might have blind awakenings, like amazing sense of miracles, or shocking, frightening things like lightning. Like 1 minute it's a miracle, 1 minute it's something really scary. It's very, very unpredictable. But it is going to change. The whole idea is that Uranus is going to shake us all up, shake the whole planet, wake us up. It's all, the energy is all about wake up, people. Wake up, wake up, wake up. What is it that really counts? What is it that you truly value? What is the real wealth that you have in your hands? Is it credit cards, or is it your loved ones? Is it your car, or is it your spouse? Is it your house, or is it your children? You know, really, you're gonna discover these things. Okay. Okay, enough of that stuff. This is way too serious. I know Tarot Illumination is a very serious channel, but we're getting over the top here. Let's do the group reading, okay? It's time for the group reading. Okay. Enough, people. Time for a group reading. We'll put all this aside. And this is for all of us, okay? All right, make some room. Actually, I got to make a lot of room here because we use the full Journey of the Spirit spread. So stay there, folks. If you need to, settle down, get your beverages, get your barf bags. Because sometimes we touch on a nerve here. Sometimes we touch people's nerves. It was like some people will write in afterwards that they'll say, oh my gosh, Tarot Illumination, it was like you were giving me a private reading. And yeah, it gets a little scary sometimes, but that's what happens here in tarot, the mystical world of tarot. It's beautiful because it's like a portal for access to energy from the great beyond that we can't, you can't put it in a bottle. You can't go to your local coffee shop and get it. You can get it from a place like Tarot Illumination, and we can put it into the form of like a little video or a private reading or something, but that's as close as we can get to capturing this energy that we talk about, okay? Stay there for a moment. I need to top up my beverages. I'll be right back. Be right back. BRB. Oh, let's have a look. So, all right, let's just do this. All right, here we go. Cards were well shuffled in advance, as you know. Hey, little Cap, did I get you there? I just saw your name. Hold on. I don't think I got you earlier, did I? Little Cap is here. Hi, Little Cap. And Carrie Hilton. No, I got you, Carrie. I don't think I got Little Cap earlier. That's why I was just worried there. Okay. Okay, here we go, folks. Here we go, people. Now the show begins. Gosh, we had a long introduction. Yeah, we should have very, very important epic movie theme music, like big, big movie themes. Oh my gosh, people, I have to tell you, I've been watching this Netflix series. You know how I like my Netflix. I've been watching the Frankenstein Chronicles with Sean Bean. Oh gosh, it's so good. You know, the British are so good at that stuff, like these creepy, dark stories, bodies getting hacked up, blood, and it's creepy people doing creepy stuff. But they did a really, really good job. And so I just wanted to mention that because it's just really good stuff. It's really good storytelling, and I think storytelling is very, very healing for people. Yeah, okay, some of it's like we make it all up and stuff, but it's how we figure out how to cope with our challenges in life. Like if all we could do all day was just deal with brutal facts, we would be miserable, suicidal, walking around, manic depressives. But if you can enjoy the world of stories like we do here, like I'm sharing my stories with you and you share your stories with me, everything takes on a form of magic. It becomes like being in a movie. It's like we become stars in our own movie. Like we're all in a movie together, and it's beautiful. And I love sharing it with you. Yeah, Little Cap, there's lots of good Netflix stuff. That's all I do now. I have tarot illumination, and then every hour, every evening, or maybe 2 hours, or an hour and a half, like for a movie, I watch my little Netflix with a glass of wine. So there you go. Now you know the whole of the life of tarot illumination. All right, here we go. Let's have a look. Cards are shuffled well in advance, but we're going to the last second so that you are a witness. This is exactly like we do for the general readings, but this is just for us tonight, okay? It's just for us, and it's being read from the perspective of the healing power of love and how love moves into and through our lives by invocation. We asked for the healing power of love to fill our lives from up above. We deliberately do it by invocation. We bring the energy in. We convince ourselves. We live as if. We fake it till we make it if we have to. Just own that energy. It's out there. It permeates the whole planet. We just have to invite it in, allow it, and then you own it, and then you can transmit that outwardly and just watch how your life changes. It's beautiful. It's like magic. I've been very lucky to witness a lot of magic today. Cards are shuffled. No jumpers, no flyers, no oracles, no reversals. This is it. We're going for it. I don't do reversals because I love the way the cards are painted as they are. There's lots of beautiful decks out there, and believe me, I'm still working on trying to figure out how to get the Tarot Illumination deck. It's going to take a long time, but we'll figure it out one day. Okay. Meanwhile, here we go. Cards are cut. No, they're not cut. We're going to cut now. I'm doing a big, fat, super extreme cut to break up the energy and make it very, very neutral so there's no bias, okay? No bias, okay? Okay, I guess go to tech because I'm... Give me a moment. Hello? Got it. I'll be right there. People, I got to go pick up a delivery. I'll be right back in a couple seconds. Sir, I'll be right down. Oh, gosh. Sorry about that, people. There's a big event. I'm back. I'm back. Don't go away. Been waiting weeks for that. It is Sunday late night here. Can you believe that? Amazon just delivered my package. Yeah, okay. Thanks for amusing yourselves together. What a crazy, freaking crazy day. I'm just getting kind of personal. I'm sorry, I'm totally screwed up. I'm all kind of like buzzed now. Forget the cards. I'm gonna have to shuffle again, cut them again. I had to take a mini break to pick up the package. Okay, so I'm back, and we'll get on with the show. All right, let's just get on with the show. I'm sorry I got distracted. Excuse me. It's been a freaky day. What's in the package? Well, I will tell you. It is a tablet. I've been doing a lot of homework because I have to. It's actually a present for my sweetheart. It's a large tablet about this big, and it has a keyboard. And I've done a lot of homework on these things to get the right thing. I was going to get a little Windows tablet, so I could have a very powerful miniature mobile office, because everything is set up here for the channel, but I have to go out a lot to do a lot of homework on the channel, and I like to be in my different coffee shops. And it's very cumbersome to keep stripping down computers and things to do that. So the whole idea is to get several of these little tablets, but they're very powerful and very inexpensive for what they are. And with all the donations and the private readings I've been getting, Tarot Lumination splurged. So there you go. It's a big deal. If anybody really wants to know, I did a lot of research on this, so I know quite a lot about it. So if you want to write in later, I'll give you some tips. All right, anyway, there you go. Let's forget about the tablet. Let's forget about the computers. Let's focus on us. Big group hug, everybody. Kind of pretend we're at a crazy campfire tonight, and it's getting kind of hectic, and it's all over the place. It's kind of messy. We need to gather round, gather round, gather round, get into the group hug thing, gathering close, and settle in here. And we're going to have some fun now. Okay, this is where it's literally, we're holding hands. Please imagine that you're kind of in a group setting. If you want to, you know how you can hook elbows like that? It's a very, very good way to lock the energy in as a group and keep it tight and very snug, because it acts as a very, very powerful amplifier. The sum of the whole is far greater than the sum of the parts, or something like that. In other words, if you take everybody here tonight, all 30 people or whatever, and you have all your value and power and love and your healing power of love, and you're expressing that individually in your world, I mean, you know what happens when you do it in a cluster, like a group circle, like a group healing circle. It isn't just you plus you plus you plus you for 30. It's amplified. It's much bigger than 30. It's like 300. Okay? It's like having 300 people. Hold on, Boydie Boyd's here. I need to put that on the list. I just want to put Boydie Boyd on the list just so we know. Boydie Boyd. Boydie Boyd. Thank you. Okay, amplify. So, elbows locked. We're going to do the reading now, people. Here we go. Gosh, what a weird night. Late start, late introductions. Lots and lots of astro babble and astro doodles, all completely messy. It's just that you ask, and I do what I can to help. So this is real. This is actual live Tarot Lumination, Sunday night, Pacific West Coast, broadcasting across the whole world, apparently. We've gone as far as the Philippines, India, Finland, Russia, Iceland, South Africa, New Zealand, all over the United States and Canada and Europe. Kaboom. I am so happy. I'm so happy that I survived through this first year, and I can keep doing this for you guys. I love doing this for you guys. This is it. Here we go. Everybody bring your angels in. Invite your angels in for a group hug. Pretend you're all like jam-packed into the room, okay? This is the very heart of us, okay? We might not know what this is, but there is a beating heart here, and the heart needs what it needs, and it wants what it wants, and it wants us to listen. Over here is legacy energy. I know a lot of you have been struggling. The last couple of months have been extremely challenging with the eclipses and the monster heavy-duty Pisces surge of healing energy, which means a lot of revealing, which can be extremely uncomfortable, okay? But we're moving on now. We're past that. We're in the Aries season, new starts, new beginnings. Tonight, new moon in Aries. Then shifting very soon over the next 8 weeks or so to a very different energy when we go into the massive new Taurus epoch. It's like an epoch. So brace yourselves, people. All I'm saying is brace yourselves, be strong, be ready for radical change over an extended period of time. What about the ever-present now? This is where we own our power, where a lot of us don't like to be, or try and find ways to just subtly, gently avoid being present, because it can be so awkward, because you have to be absolutely pure and true and real, where the past doesn't matter, the future doesn't matter. All that counts is now, because it is in the now where you own the healing power of your decisions. It is right here, okay? Because it is through your decisions, through the phenomenon of decision making, that we activate our evolution, that we activate the healing power of love, that you activate love and healing to willingly, deliberately move and flow into your life. So how do we do that? How do you make your decisions? How are we going to make our decisions to love ourselves most fully, most completely, in the way that is good, most nutritious for us as a group, as Terra Lumination Love Tribe, but for the individuals who are all here? It's like nutrition. What works for us? Okay, how are we going to do that? And in return, generate consequences. In other words, we here are not abandoning ourselves to the so-called fates. We are consciously, deliberately diving into the vortex and asking all the energy to infuse us. We're asking for the healing power of love to fill our lives and bodies from up above. And taking power, taking ownership, taking responsibility. So what happens if we mess up? This is a lot to ask, you know. Terra Illumination is very demanding, as you know. We expect a lot out of you guys. You expect a lot out of Terra Illumination. We do the best we can. We expect a lot out of each other. And oddly enough, strangely, we deliver. It's amazing how you guys really appreciate each other, support each other, back and forth. It's beautiful. So what if we mess up and we screw up? Imagine we're on a big hike together and somebody slips off the path. You don't turn around and go, oh, well, there goes another one. No, we go, oh my God, let's grab her, quick, grab her. We got you, we got you, we got you. And you're still allowed to screw up and make your mistake, but it doesn't mean it's the end of the world, because you have the love of the community. You can still have a chance to be your most radiant, shiny Leo North Node self, and still bring in your autonomous, selfless self and screw up. So what happens if you do this well and you're really in the zone of your power? How does that look? And what does that take us in the next beat of your heart? See that as the heart, please. See that as our heart. And see this as the very core and the heart soul. See this as the journey of the heart pumping, 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 pumping. Always new life, pulsing, 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 pumping the nutrients in, pumping the waste matter out. And we have to nurture this heart, love ourselves. So what's going on in the background? Woo! Oh, people, people, people. This Ace of Pentacles would not be here unless we deserved it, unless we earned it. Tonight, this feels like a very big deal night to me. The energy is so like succulent, rich, and so supportive, despite the heavy pressure from Saturn and Pluto and Mars. This is a chance for new starts and new beginnings. The weather is very, very conducive for us to literally seize the moment. Seize the moment, starting now, tonight, with this Aries new moon. Start from scratch, totally new beginnings, like just throw away all preconceptions about how you think it all should be, your life, your world, your relationships, your love, your people. Deal with things exactly as they are right now, and then make your decisions from there. And that's how you live fully in your authenticity, okay? And you listen very, very carefully and be aware very carefully of the others around you. And that becomes love is as love does, evidence of love, okay? Factual, tangible evidence of love, that we can own it. We can tell it in terms of stories. We can own it in our love and our relationships, and grow from there. So this is very, very supportive. I think this is very much to do with the Aries new moon, and it's going to lead us very graciously into the Taurus new moon, where I think this is where we're really going to feel it. What about the heart at the core? Okay, we are guided, we are protected. 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 This is divine guidance. This is our hearts knowing that deep down, no matter how traumatic or frightening or disturbing or incomprehensible a lot of the events and circumstances and experiences in our life might feel, it's valid It's true. It's supposed to be happening, and we're supposed to be feeling it and knowing it. All the scary things, all the beautiful things simultaneously. And it's on the understanding that the heart knows, the deep, deep core heart of us knows that we are guided and we are protected, and things are working perfectly. Even though we might be having personal traumas, a lot of sickness, we might be very depressed or alone or miserable. In some ways, it doesn't matter because deep down, the heart knows it's okay. And this is part of a journey and we're living through it. And that we are guided and that we are protected and that uh, literally everything's going to be okay. It's like that little song that I wrote for my sweetheart. Well, that's almost like she wrote it for me, in fact, because she's the one who's always assuring me that everything's going to be okay. Because I'm very, very sensitive and like fuzzy, and I get scared a lot. She is too, but she knows. She knows more than I do. She knows like facts from heaven that I can only guess at. So I'm very, very lucky. But this is the energy that I get from her, and I feel that I'm sharing this with you guys tonight. She knows that we are guided and that we're protected and that we're safe in all things. What are we bringing in with us? Okay. Wow, the Emperor. Okay. Some people think of this as the Aries card. I don't know much about that stuff, but if you want to, you can interpret it that way. My feeling here is that we're bringing in this energy of being all powerful. And this is not, I don't think, sometimes I get really, really cautious when I see the Emperor card because I do not want to get on the wrong side of the Emperor card. But I'm feeling this is very harmonious tonight. This is the energy of the good Emperor, you know, the benevolent dictator, the someone who actually truly cares for their people, their dominion, their world, and they love to share their their bounty, their amazing, awesome selves in that way. And it feels to me like we're bringing in this with us. In other words, we're just freaking lucky to be alive and have survived and be these warriors, these amazing creatures that we are, that have deliberately chosen to share our energy like this. And it's very, very empowering. It's empowering for Terra Illumination, and it's empowering for you. It's empowering for each other, how we each empower each other, like this. It's like this type of energy. That's what I'm feeling here with this card here. It's like we know this, we have this, we own this. Kaboom, kaboom, okay? So to me, this is very good news. This is like, uh, I will admit, this is almost me feeling like I'm getting carried away with the excitement of it all because it is very exciting. I sense very big, new, exciting things on the horizon. And I'm getting excited about it because I feel it's going to be good for us. If we stay in it, stay in the power, don't lose the focus, stay in our power. We are coming into our power, we're staying in our power. We have endured tremendous pain and suffering in order to get into our position of dominion and absolute ownership. You know, this is almost like, it's almost like everyone here tonight has officially learned how to use the healing power of FU if necessary. In other words, this is the energy of no apologies. Like whatever is not healthy and suitable or loving for you is not acceptable. Okay? And that goes for all of us. So what about the now? Okay, coming back down to earth here. I was getting a little bit carried away, but coming back down to earth, this is a realization now that we are guided, we are protected, we are in our power, and we do have the courage, and we have built the strength and courage, like, to own our power, including all of our flaws. But we're not going to let that undermine us. We're humans, we're flawed, we're going to screw up now and again, but we're still going to act in our best interests, which is the best interest of everybody, loving oneself first in the most absolute way possible. But it is on the understanding that all of us here are for sure a work in progress, and that we have a lot of homework to do on ourselves and each other. And in some ways, the best thing we can do is get involved in a situation like this where uh, I can help you guys, and you can help Terra Illumination. You haven't, well, you probably do understand how much you guys are actually helping me to transform my own personal life. Because I really get off on doing this for you. And the more I do this for you, the more I enjoy it, and the more rewarding it becomes, and the more I can share with you. So what I do, like this, if you think of this as each one of us here, we're becoming very aware and present in the now, how much work we have to do on ourselves in order to maintain and harvest the fruit and the values of all our work. It's also on the understanding that it never stops. Okay, pretend we're farmers, and every now and again, it's great to have a night off, an evening off, or a weekend off. But every day, the cows have to be milked. Every day, you got to tend the goats and the sheep and the chickens. Okay, it's not like going to a day job in an office where you can just close up the door, switch off the computers. Every day, we have to tune into ourselves regarding repairs and maintenance. It's like always checking in the ever present now. Tonight here, it's a reminder that there's no slacking off. We can enjoy the moments, but we always have to be aware that there's more work to do. There's going to be more repairs, more maintenance, more self-care, more self-love to do. Always doing the pruning, the refining, the fertilizing, the tilling of the soil, the replanting of the seeds, everything to keep it all going. It never stops. It's like gardening. Okay, so on that understanding, what about our decision-making phenomenon? Oh, okay, with the Nine of Cups here, what this is telling me is that this is a formula. We're dealing with a formula for activating the healing power of love. In other words, once we are honest and realistic and down to earth with ourselves, I think this is very much to do with the Taurus energy coming up soon, and we realize that it's very, very cool to openly admit to ourselves that we always need repairs and maintenance all ourselves, and we're going to do it. Sometimes I can help you, sometimes you can help me, sometimes you help each other, okay, however it works. But it is a formula, and it is work, but it is a recipe for happiness, and how you own happiness from the inside out, your own individual unique happiness. And then guess what happens when you put that in a big bucket, a big bowl, a big bucket full of happiness, where each of us contributes in our own unique way. That's very powerful. It's like being able to make group decisions that are very empowering for the group as well as for the individual. So how do we do that so that it actually works? It's a formula, but it only works when you make that commitment. Okay, so how are we going to do that? Okay, my feeling is we do that on the understanding that it's going to take a lot of commitment, a lot of passionate desire to want to deliberately go above and beyond our comfort zones to foster and nurture the spiritual growth and healing of ourselves and our loved ones, no matter what. No matter what. And yeah, it can be a real grind at times. Like if you're on diaper duty raising children, or if you're the Mr. Mom and you're doing all the minivan mom chores or something, or if you're having to do a 60-hour work week to keep all this together, or you're having to do a lot of grunt work and tedious things that you don't like doing, but deep in your heart, you know it's nutritious and good for the long term, then that's what I'm feeling here. It's on the understanding that when we're making our decisions, knowing that we create our happiness from the inside out, knowing that we're guided and protected in this process, like as a team effort, it's like we are affirming our dominion to ourselves and each other on the understanding that we all have work to do on ourselves. Yeah, it can be a real pain in the ass on some of the times, but it's a formula and it works, and that's how we do it. A lot of our waking processes in what we call our life is work. Getting up out of bed is work. Getting a shower, cleaning, prepping your chores for the day, doing your work, your tasks for the day. That's work. It takes a lot of passion and energy to constantly have to fire up the inspiration in yourself just to face the next day sometimes, especially if you've been very, very deeply challenged in health and happiness issues. It becomes much, much tougher. But look, we can do it, okay? Sometimes it's very, very, very tough, okay? But we do it. Uh, that's what happens sometimes, like on the Tarot Illumination, when I, work with people in private, when they're confiding how tough and challenging things really, really are. Then we break it down. We realize it's okay. It's part of life. You can handle it. We can handle this. It's just part of living through life. Yes, it's work. Yes, it's tough, but it is a formula to happiness. Love yourself first. Okay. Consequently, wow. Okay, with the Judgment card here, it feels to me that once you understand that this is a formula and we can do things by invocation, then it allows you to, like, every time you screw up, it allows you to forgive yourself, almost like a big joke, because it's like everybody here tonight, it's like it's on the understanding that each one of us is going to screw up now and again. We're going to default on our healing power of decisions to do what is the most right and loving thing for us. We're going to mess up now and again. I'm going to mess up. You're going to mess up. But that doesn't mean it's the end of the world. It means instead, you just commit even stronger to saying, you know what? It's okay. You screwed up. You slipped off the path, man. But we got you. We pulled you back. You're good. We're fine. It's just like you're all on the Tarot Illumination love bus and it keeps going. That's a good thing. But what it means is you have to forgive yourself. And we do forgive ourselves for being flawed, for being human, for having so many issues and challenges that constantly need work and maintenance. So it's like, I am deeply forgiven and I forgive deeply. And that's very, very, very liberating. Okay. I think this might be to do with the Uranus energy coming up soon. It's very, very liberating once you don't take it personally and you just allow things to be, allow yourself to live and let live, allow yourself to evolve and grow, help yourself to do that, help someone else to evolve and grow, always planting seeds of love, always nurturing more love, nurturing the seeds of love to go forward. It just means, it just requires deep passion, deep commitment, no matter what, and being willing to be very forgiving and understanding of yourself and of each other, and blessing each other on the renewed journey going forward. As indicated here, this is a chance for radical new starts, radical new beginnings for us over the next couple of months. The Aries new moon is just a precursor to the big Taurus new moon next month. That's when the big stuff happens. So what if we mess up? Well, if we mess up, you can get very lost in your dreams and delusions and literally start going down the rabbit hole, deep, dark hole where you can get really totally lost. You can get so lost to the point where you want to self-medicate. You might want to go back to old habits, old patterns, where the more you get lost, the more you get lost. And that would be the energy of someone who's given up on themselves. Like, I can't take it anymore. I can't take it anymore. And even though we're all yelling at you, yes, you can handle it. We got your back. And then you say, I don't know. I don't think I can take it. I'm just completely lost. I need another drink. Give me some more smokes. Man, I need another shot of Adderall. Whatever it takes. So, but that's the pathway to failure and loss and delusion and illusion. But when we do stick to the plan, understand the formula, understanding that we're guided and protected, we're doing the best that we can, it's always going to be work and maintenance, and we're always going to have to forgive ourselves and forgive each other, and you make the decision to love yourself first anyway, then you can start to tap into your dreams. It's like what I had today in my personal experience. I literally felt that I was guided and protected in the form of miracles all day. One little tiny miracle after another. It was like magic. It was like watching a magic show. It was like living inside a magic movie. And it's just amazing. So when it works beautifully. It's like having the chance to tap into, understand, attain, even have a glimpse at your dreams, having a chance to taste your dreams. Where does this take us? Well, with the Five of Cups here, my feeling here is that in order to heal, you've got to reveal it to heal it. So since this is so much about the healing journey, as far as I'm concerned, that's the whole purpose of Tarot Illumination. It's all about propagating love and healing. From my perspective, love is almost synonymous with healing. Okay, it's pretty much the same thing. When you are very, very deeply loving, when you are very, very deeply loved, it's extremely healing for the body and the mind and the heart and the soul. The thing is, a lot of what happens when you're going through the healing journey, the journey of love, the loving of the self, we're constantly exposing the things that are not working, that are not happy, where we hurt the most deep in our heart and souls, that need to be revealed. So a lot of us have lifetimes, many, many, many past lives where we have buried all our pains and our sorrows and our griefs, which are crippling, which can cause diseases. And it's very important for this to be exposed. This needs to be exposed and come to the surface. Got to reveal it to heal it, so that we can move on, because we still got the love there. Okay, imagine this is a very, very pure little Two of Cups right there. It's still there, and kaboom, you just go on to the next heartbeat. In other words, it's all this whole spread here is all about life goes on. Be loving, be loved, love thyself. Okay, and understand that there's going to be pain and sorrow and suffering, understanding that there's always going to be work to do, repairs and maintenance, no matter what. And sometimes we're going to be taken to the brink of failure and tragedy, wondering whether we can handle it. But we do. We still do it anyway. That's part of our humanity and our journey. Having the chance and the opportunity to taste our dreams, become aware of our dreams, no matter the failures, no matter the losses, it doesn't matter, okay? Because we're going to start again. We always have the little cups here waiting for us. And then the beat goes on, literally beat by beat, the beat goes on. This is a formula, okay? So I hope that made sense. In other words, no matter how painful it is, no matter how much the grief and the sorrow, as each wound comes to the surface more and more and more for the revealing, for the healing, that's good for us. Okay, it's very, very important. It's like cleaning the wounds. It's like licking the wounds, cleaning them, uh, vaccinating the self, antibiotics to the wounds, doing the soothing balms, doing the stitching up the wounds, allowing for the body to heal itself, helping each other to heal ourselves, like being doctors for each other. Like you guys are doctors for me, I can get to be a doctor for you. You don't have to sit there all on your own and try to figure it out. We can do it together. So it does mean constantly admitting our grief, allowing ourselves to grieve. It's very, very dangerous to deny the grieving process, to bury the sorrow. This is a very important message for us to understand that we're guided and we're protected through this. And as we slowly release like all the toxins and the poisons of our grief and sorrow and past lives that need healing, the more and more we love ourselves, okay? So I see this as very good news, and I have interpreted it that way deliberately, because I'm not going to waste an amazing night like this with this amazing new moon, this amazing Aries new moon. All right, people, so I'm just going to leave that there for visual reference. I'm going to count for a few seconds, it's a moment of silence. All right, there we go. Now I'm going to have a little break. I need a break, so we're going to dance. Grab your partner by the hand, and we are going to dance, people. If you don't have your dancing outfits on, if you don't have your sparkle suits on, if you don't have your ball gowns on, if you don't have your tuxedo and your dancing shoes on, please get them on now. This is the time, this is the moment. We're going to do a magic circle dance around the campfire. Okay? Just give me a moment. We have to set the scene here, people. Who is that? I just saw something. Okay, okay, okay. I'm going to shuffle away from the microphone, okay? Give me a moment. Gabby girl, 7. Oh, Beetle's here. Alrighty, let's leave it like that. Give me a moment here. Let's have a look. So Patricia Clinton. Oh, didn't you just run for president? Hold on, I got to start a whole new piece of paper now. Patricia Clinton. I remember I saw you running out from. Let's see. Patricia Clinton. I just like making notes of the people when they get here, okay? Just so you know, okay? Light flower. Oh, did I get? I don't think I got you earlier, did I, Light flower? Sorry. So how does that work? Okay. You can type. Precious can type better than she can breathe. All right, here we go. Let's have a look. Private readings, folks. I'm going to do a couple of private readings. And then let's see what happens. Oh, hold on. What's Elizabeth's name? You're the girl from Oliver from England. You're the triple Pisces. Wait a minute. I can't remember. No, we're going to start with Constance. Triple Virgo Constance. Nothing to do with Aries. Nothing to do with Taurus. We're just going to start with triple Constance because it was very obvious that she needed a reading. Okay. So let's get on with it. Here we go, folks. All right. Let's forget the astrology, people. Let's just go for the tarot because I don't need to bother with astrology when we do the tarot. I mean, I do it because a lot of people like it. But with the tarot, we can kind of go anywhere and do anything. Okay? So, Constance, what's up? Here we go. This is Tarot Lumination Sunday Night Live, in case we forgot. It is Sunday, April 15th, 2018, and we started at 7 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, and now finally we're going to get our chance for the first little mini reading for our first guest reading tonight for Constance M. All right, as you saw, cards are shuffled, Constance, going to the last second so that you're a witness, so that you can see the cards are cleared just for you. Okay, please bring your angels in, gather in tight. If you want to just hang out, that's fine. You can hang out with your buddies, or if you want to really concentrate, it's up to you. We're going to get the reading for you anyway. We're going to cut now, and I think you've been here before enough times. Pretty sure you've been here before. It's a very simple little mini reading. What's the situation? What's the challenge? How are we going to handle this? Okay, let's have a look at the circumstances. Think of it as the weather. It doesn't have to own you, Constance. And like all weather, we try to make the best of it so that it doesn't own us. So you've got the Magician here. So my feeling here is that, Constance, it's just like, to me, this is very much to do with the Aries new moon, and also like the inevitable shift that's because Uranus is a big planet and it moves slowly. We're already feeling the change right now. My feeling is that this is a time to wake up, Constance. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Big shifts are happening for you, and it's time for you to look around your situation, your life, your world, your people, your home, your job, your career, whatever it is, your family, your love life, and have a good look around at you and tap into the truth of what's out there. What is it that you really value? What is it that's most important to you? What are your gifts and talents and resources? And what are you going to do with all of that? It's time now. It's time to figure these things out and get into your power and strike that fine balance of doing what's absolutely right for you to maximize your power and your gifts and your talents. And at the same time, allow for that for the others in your world. What's the situation? Okay. Well, it might be, again, it's like maybe now is not the time to act. Like, for example, with this Uranus and, okay, let's get back to the, Actually, I don't want to deal with the astrology. No, I can't help it. I started it now. I can't help it on your reading. Sorry, Constance. My feeling is right now, because we're kind of out of sync with Virgo energy right now. The Aries new moon is happening up there in your uh, in your eighth house, okay, of shared resources, deep intimacy, and this is not the time to act. It's like understand that you're in this new vortex of energy right now, and it's really time to observe, take stock of things, and don't make any very big decisions right now. Hold off, exercise your power to decide not to decide, and the situation uh, would be perfectly okay to not do anything until you know for sure. Allow the time, like the situation right now is kind of critical for you to step back and observe, watch these things. Also, because we do have Saturn is going retrograde very soon, any minute now. Uh, so that's going to put a lot of pressure on everybody to like go back and do the revisions on all their homework that they've been doing in how to manifest the really tough, nitty gritty, foundational aspects of their lives. Okay. Like, what are you doing to get your life together, to get your act together, doing it authentically and most powerfully? It's time to take a very good look at yourself in the mirror right now. The Aries energy, put yourself first, absolutely first, and take full stock of your situation, your world around you, and take a very good evaluation of all your resources, gifts, and talents, and then figure out what are you going to do with that. Do not make the decisions now. Allow for time to unfold. So that's the kind of situation we're in. But what's the challenge with this? Okay, well, my feeling here is with the King of Swords is that you may not be sure, or you might not be able to trust your own uh, impressions, your own perceptions. And the big challenge is trusting your own perceptions, trusting your own understanding, trusting in your own wisdom. And so the challenge might be that you might look for external authorities to provide a sense of truth and structure and knowing and knowledge and wisdom for you. Whereas what really happens is figuring it out for yourself from the inside. So that's a problem if you're one of those people who always prefers to, let's say, defer to the other people. Like Virgos, you can be extremely deferential, where you're always putting other people in front of you and you're saying, okay, I'll just clean up the dishes, don't worry, you take care of your huge career, I'll do your laundry, I'll take care of this for you, I'll do that, I'll make sure that everything is perfectly working wonderfully for you. And then you end up like classic Virgo thing of painting yourself in the corner of like being like, like the Cinderella story. Like you're this wonderful person, but people walk over you. People take advantage of you, and there's great imbalance and disparities. And it doesn't have to be that way. With all that Virgo energy, it's time to really come into understanding. Like, what does it really mean? Like, really classy high-end Virgo energy is all about purification, rectification, clarifying, refining, organizing, discovering anything and everything that doesn't work and bringing order out of the chaos. And now it's time for you to treat yourself, okay? And if you have to, if you need, in other words, the challenge might be uh, trying to figure out how to do that. Where, if you need help or advice, where on earth are you going to get help and advice how to do that? Is there anybody that you can trust out there who can do that? That's a problem. I mean, ultimately, you have to figure it out for yourself, but the challenge might be that you need some serious, like, guidance, professional guidance here. Let's have a look. So how are we going to handle this? My feeling is that the best way to handle this is to allow yourself to feel dissociated. In other words, allow yourself to like, it's almost like, dear Constance, please allow yourself to feel very comfortable with being uncomfortable. That's the hip new saying now. And allow yourself to be like, get completely wigged out and completely disoriented as you come into the awareness about whatever is not in alignment for you. In other words, once you start getting closer and closer to realizing how far out of alignment you are with yourself, that can be really, really trippy. And you can say, oh, no, 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 I can't do that. I can't do that. Oh, no, no, I can't do that. My feeling here is it's very, very important to allow yourself to get very, very, very close and intimate with yourself, to find out your true strength, gifts, talents, and powers. And if you have to get professional advice and guidance on how to do this, no matter how weird it feels, because chances are you might not have ever felt this way before. The big shifts and changes that are happening for you up in the Taurus section are up in your ninth house of higher knowledge and wisdom and understanding. So you could feel a lot of, my feeling is that you could feel a lot of vertigo and disorientation and like being unhinged uh, as your new opportunities start to, as your new, as this energy starts to unfold here. In other words, as you start to recalibrate yourself, you'll start to see yourself in a whole new way that you've never seen before, and have to start making new decisions. It's just that the time is not now. My feeling is, please allow yourself to feel a little bit weird and wobbly over the next few weeks as all the energy shifts, and get professional help if you need it. Allow for the fact that you're going to get a little bit trippy and weirded out, and then we'll figure out something in a few weeks from now. Okay, so I'll just leave that there for you for your visuals, and then we'll move on. All right, Constance, I hope this helped in some way. All right, I tried to keep it very loose and kind of, spiritual and all about the love and the healing, and for your personal growth. I'm not trying to be a fortune teller for love and romance, and I'm not going to say that you're blind to your decisions and a big, handsome, tall man is going to take control of your life and cut you away from your feelings of being out of control. I'm not going to do that. Okay. Please watch the reading. If you have to, watch it again in case it didn't make any sense the first time. That happens. Sometimes the readings don't make any sense to the client, but it makes a lot of sense to another one of the viewers, and then the client has to bequeath the reading to the other viewer. It's pretty rare, but it does happen. So I'm just asking. So Constance, if this, I hope this made sense to you, but if it doesn't, maybe it was perfect for someone else here tonight. Okay. Thank you so much, Constance. I hope you got something out of it, Triple Virgo person. Next, what's going on? Okay, Laura. I thought we had a reading for you a while ago. I can't remember. Laura, you're up. Laura Ellen Smith. Pennsylvania, right? Did I get that right? Laura Ellen Smith from Pennsylvania. Oh, it did make, okay, I can see that in the chat. I'm looking over at the computers now. Constance is saying, oh, it makes much sense. Thank you so much, love. Okay, good, 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 good. All right. All right. So, Laura, you're up. You are up. I got it right. Pennsylvania. Woohoo. You see, normally my memory is kind of like a sieve. I have a goldfish memory many times, and I don't remember much about the past, and I don't worry too much about the future, which is kind of, like staying in the now. but it's kind of like the idiot's version of staying in the present, staying in the now. But I don't mind. I'm not going to apologize. That's just how things are for me. All Sun is looking at Laura Smith. Okay. Okay. Patricia Glinton. Patricia, this is your first time in chat here. Well done. Thank you. And I'm glad you're saying that you enjoyed Tarot Illumination. Yay. Yay. Okay. Laura, look at that. I had a flipper. I don't do jumpers, flyers, oracles, or any of that. So, Laura, looks like you got a stalker tonight. All Sun has decided you are the subject of interest for tonight. All Sun is all wise, as you know, and he's very good at consulting. If you've got wacky problems coming from out of the blue and no one else seems to have an answer, I guarantee that All Sun will have some kind of answer for you that will help you on your path. There you go. Yes, Happy Go. I had a jumper. It's very, very rare, but it does happen. So let's just see. Laura, you're up. Cards are shuffled. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Bring your angels in. Hug, hug, hug. Close in tight. All right, close in tight. All right, here we go. I'm really cutting it up. Look at that. All right, you know the drill, Laura. Here's the situation. Here's the challenge. And how are we going to handle this? Let's look at the weather. Ta-doom! 2 of Wands here. So my feeling is that the weather is very, very supportive for you right now, Laura, to like unshackle yourself from specific expectations and allow your imagination, your dreams and desires to roam around and figure out like, well, what am I actually going to do right now, as opposed to what am I supposed to do, or what do I have to do, what am I obliged to do, what are people paying me to do, what do I want to do right now. I have opportunities in front of me. There's a whole world, there's a whole new world starting. And if I recall, I think you said you're a Taurus. If you could pop that in the screen very, very quickly, Laura, I would appreciate it. If you could confirm or affirm that if I'm correct, are you a Taurus sun person, Laura? I'm just curious. You are. Okay. Well, this to me is very much about the next few weeks getting in the zone. Very, very serious, big, big, big time calendar moment is happening next month on May 15th. Please use the next 4 weeks to get yourself aligned. Listen very deeply what your heart and body and soul is telling you. Those are signals about how you are supposed to be aligning yourself up for a new future that's going to start to unfold for you kind of big time in ways that could be very unpredictable. So all my little 2 of Wands here is saying is like, be prepared, Laura. Start getting ready now. It's less like pretend you're going on a journey and you only have to carry a few things, kind of like the 6 of Swords. Get a backpack ready. Get only the essentials. What do I really, really need for my new life journey? Where do I really want to go? How do I really want to be? What do I really want to do? And then go. Make the decision to go. What's the situation? Yeah. Okay, well, with the 8 of Wands here, it definitely looks like you're fired up and ready, and you really, really want this. So maybe, Laura, you know, sometimes with the Taurus energy, it can be very, very challenging to let go of the status quo, to let's say, allow things to be flexible and move and shift and change, because the Taurus is probably the most grounded energy on Earth. You know, it's literally the energy of Earth. You know, people go to Taurus for grounding, and it's very, very satisfying. And, you know, like the Earth changes, like people come and go like little flowers, like generations come and go, but like in big old fashioned castles in England or something, dozens, hundreds of generations will live through one home. The status quo, the foundations don't change. And Taurus has that kind of energy. But right now, I can guarantee for you, Laura, that things are going to be changing big time, and it is a big journey. It's a 7-year journey, and especially around January 2020, there's going to be huge, convulsive global changes, and you're going to be right in the thick of it. This is your time. This is your moment. Start planning now. Start getting ready. Practice what it takes to take up your suitcase and backpack for a new future, and then freaking go for it. Express what you have to express. Live it out with your fullest maximum passion, okay? And that's what you want to do. That's what you are heading towards. What's the challenge? There is resistance because it means, to me, it feels like letting go of a past, okay? With the Five of Cups here in this position of challenge, the way I'm feeling it is that all the momentum and opportunity and desire to move forward is like being really, really, let's say, exposed by what you might have lost or what you might be losing, okay? Which can be very, very, very hard for a Taurus, because Taurus, you can be very, very deeply loving, very deeply committed, very, very fixed. Like once you love, you love. Once you're in a relationship, you're in a relationship. And for those things to break up and change and fall apart, it's very, very hard for Taurus, okay? But Taurus is, you're just like everyone else in that way. We do all evolve and change. Taurus does as well. It's just that it can be sometimes much tougher for Taurus because Taurus, you can be so fixed. But the reality is, it looks like this is a golden opportunity for new starts and new beginnings. But the challenge is that it might come at the expense of deep grief and great loss of what might be getting left behind on the journey as it unfolds. You might already be sensing this now, but it's all, you know, the challenge is that is having to deal with this and accept it and acknowledge it. So how are we going to deal with that? Oh, whoa. Well, you've got a little Two of Cups here, Laura. Isn't that beautiful? Look at the synchrony there. The little Two of Cups is right there. And if you don't have that now, please understand that, to me, this feels like live as if. Love yourself first, as your own soulmate first. Get to know what that feels like. And then this is what can happen to you. Like if you don't have, even if you're like married or have a spouse or a couple, or if you're in a deep relationship and it's not your soulmate relationship, it's just what I would call a relationship of circumstance. And there are other levels or types of relationship that can exist in parallel. My feeling is to allow that. It looks to me like you're on a journey towards a soulmate relationship. I don't want to turn this into a love relationship reading, but it's hard to ignore it with all these cups here. So my feeling is to live as if. In other words, if you feel like your life journey is taking you onto a pathway to understand what it means to have a soulmate, be a soulmate to others, and attract a soulmate for yourself, it's time to live as if. In other words, even if it's not happening right now, and it means having to let go of a soulmate in order to make space for a new soulmate, or if it means having to let go of a lifestyle or a world to which you're deeply attached, in order to passionately move forward into what would be the experience of enjoying a soulmate. To me, it feels like you have to live as if. In other words, if this doesn't make any sense to you at all, and like you can read about soulmates, you can hear about them, watch videos, but that's very different from actually having a soulmate. So my feeling is that like the energy of like pure divine love here is possible, but it has to start with you first. And it means allowing yourself to grieve the loss of whoever or whatever, and then moving on. And it's almost like a purging, shedding, a letting go, and allowing the passions to flow again, just like life happens. Like, let's say you're a mom or something and you lost a child. Yes, it can be a deep scar for the whole of life, but it's not the end of life. Okay, life goes on. You can give birth to new children or something like that. If you don't have children, or if you're more focused on a love relationship, for example, if it means letting go of a deeply loved one, but things are over, and as tragic as it may be, it's not the end of the world. There are whole new beginnings, whole new starts for you, new journeys, new life ahead. And yes, it might be tragic to let go, but there's something beautiful up ahead here. The way to handle it is this is going to sound a bit cliched, Laura, but be your own best soulmate to yourself, first of all. Love you first. Treat yourself in the most loving ways you possibly can imagine, above and beyond what you've ever done before, because that's how it works. It's like the laws of attraction. Be loving, be loved. Be loving, be loved. Okay, if that's what you need, that's what you want, if that's your journey, that's where you're heading, it has to start with you. You have to love yourself first to that degree. You have to love yourself to the maximum level, like being a soulmate to yourself first, and then soulmate energy can arrive in your life. Maybe you just lost a pet, like, it happens, your dear loved one, and then you realize, oh, I have to go get another one. It's not the same, it'll never be the same, but you can still love another. Okay, it's allowed, it happens. You don't have to love just one person. We can love lots of people. Lots of people love you. You can love lots of people. Okay, don't worry, it'll be fine. All right, Laura, you'll be fine. All right, Laura, thank you so much for letting me do that for you. I've got a couple more readings here tonight. Thank you, Laura. I need a little break. All right, okay. I want to give some people some sense of courage. Courage tonight. Courage, courage. All those wands that I saw, I want to bring the energy of courage, fearless courage into your journey forward. Okay, Laura? So I'm just going to put on the little fighting song here. Okay. All right. So let's leave that little song for the moment. I just needed a little tiny break to gather my senses. We're going to read for Elizabeth now. I think, Elizabeth, did you tell me? Are you still here, Elizabeth? The name of that song, Okay, Okay. So you can go to the Tarot Illumination channel, and soon we're going to have all the lyrics there on all the songs. Thank you, Lena. Lena is a whiz. Lena and I are working very closely together on the songs for Tarot Illumination. Thank you, Lena. You are wonderful, doing a super job. So the name of that song, Okay, Okay, it was called Fighting Well. It's on, if you go to the Tarot Illumination channel, there's a playlist for songs. You have to look through the playlist section, scroll through, and you will find the songs. And there's a lot of songs there. And soon there's going to be an album, people. Yay. Woo. Elizabeth, are you still here? Can you type it in? You're good. Okay, Elizabeth. Now, as far as I remember, did you say that you are a triple Pisces? Can you type that in, please? Yes, you are. Okay, wow. Whew, that is heavy duty. So you might have had a very challenging time over the last couple of months. The Aquarius energy would have been your 12th house, and then the Pisces energy would have been right in your face, first house energy, with that massive cluster of Pisces early on. Oh my gosh. I had a lot of people coming to the channel who were very deeply distressed because there was so much revealing for the healing. Very, very painful. It's just like everybody lining up at a hospital saying, I feel really, really, really sick. God help me. What can we do? So I thank you for coming to the right place, Tarot Illumination. I guess I should say a disclaimer. Tarot Illumination is not a medical doctor. And if you need formal, traditional, Western healthcare treatment, fine, go up and do that. But if you need help dealing with all the invisible stuff, the stuff that's very deeply buried in the soul, which you can't cure with any kind of self-medication or pills or Adderall or caffeine or methamphetamine or weed or LSD or magic mushrooms or 5-day-a-week triple yoga sessions or whatever it takes. Gosh, my shuffling is messy tonight. It's because I had a very lucky day, so I'm getting sloppy, and I'm getting what I would call, you take advantage of your good fortune. Sometimes I forget how lucky I am to be able to be here for you. Sorry, I got all distracted there. I can't even remember what I was saying. That's how much of a goldfish memory I have. So, Elizabeth, yeah, we're here now in the Aries season, which would be for you in your second house of value. So what is it that's really, really, really important for you? Anyway, let's forget about that. We're just going to do the tarot for you right now. So being Pisces, I mean, the thing is about Pisces, it's like you can almost be anything and do anything. It's, to me, from my perspective as a reader, it's some of the hardest energy to understand because it is so like universal everywhere. It's the end of everything. And it's like it's all signs combined into one thing. And you can be a magician 1 minute, you can be a pervert, you could be homeless, you could have a castle, you could be very, very malicious, you could be very, very kind, and all of those things. You could tell right. You could just do anything. You could be a total faker, you could be a total honest, true type of person. Whatever it is, very hard to pin down, sometimes very hard to heal, very hard to cure, because sometimes it's very hard to define what's actually going on with Pisces. Okay, anyway, cards are well shuffled. Please bring your angels in, Elizabeth, and we'll do this. It is a group environment here, but this is just for you. This is just Tarot Illumination with Elizabeth. Please, this is just going to be very fun. It's just fun and simple, broad spectrum. Nothing too specific. If I touch a nerve, I'm sorry. I don't mean to get you upset or anything. I'm just trying to help. Okay, cards are shuffled. No jumpers, no flyers, no oracles, no reversals. We're going to cut it up now. And then we're going to... I'm a total mess tonight. I'm sorry, people. I'm really just... It's all over the place. Okay, here we go. Here's the situation. Here's the challenge. Here's how we're going to handle it, okay? No matter what. All right, Elizabeth? All right? Very, very beautiful, very, very supportive planetary energies in the skies right now. But, of course, a couple of extremely challenging ones, too. And we're still here. We're dealing with it all. How about it for you? What's the circumstance like for you? Three of Wands. So to me, it looks like you're starting to see results. So if you had a very, very, very bumpy time over January, February, and March, and now you're starting to like recover and recuperate, I'm hoping that's kind of like what's happening with you. And you did whatever you could to get through, and now you're seeing the consequences of having made your best efforts to do the best that you can to bring in the consequences that you need and that you want in order to feel inspired, in order to keep going. Okay, so what's the situation? Okay, more wands. Well, it's definitely very encouraging, like you want to keep going. So if, Elizabeth, you're in a point in life right now where even if you don't know all the answers to who you are, where you're going, you know that you want to go on that journey. You're committed. And you can see, you're already starting to see what happens when you set goals and make the decisions, take the actions, and then that leads to the next one and the next one and the next one. And lo and behold, that becomes a formula. It's just like, oh my gosh, now I get it. It's so simple. Make a decision, take action, enjoy consequence. Of course, obviously, we want to make the most loving, healthy decisions for us. But that looks like the intentions are good here. It looks like you are determined to make the best of your life and your world and your circumstances right now. You already know some of the secrets to the formula for that to happen. It is about like tapping into your passions, admitting openly, honestly, who am I and what do I really want to do? How do I want my life to unfold? Where do I want to be? How do I want to get there? And then go for it. And it feels to me like you are definitely going for it, and your intentions are good, and the outcome is probably going to be inevitably good for you, even though you don't know a lot exactly about how or when or where or the details of this is going to happen. So what's the challenge with this? More magician energy. To me, it feels like you're scared. To me, it feels like there's a real serious issue of self-confidence here, having serious doubts of whether you do actually have any of the skills, talents, resources, capabilities, ambitions, desires, strengths, all the gifts and talents and resources that are needed in order to get on this journey and keep this journey going. So I see this as very, very much related to the Aries new moon, which would be right in there in your second house of values and resources and skills and talents and money, things like that. So if you're having severe doubts about that, that's understandable, okay? It would be perfectly understandable. It's very much to do with, I'll just show you this energy here, today, right now, tonight. You see here, let's just put this chart for, this is for Aries, but if we do it like this, watch, this is now for Pisces, okay? So let's pretend this is you, Elizabeth Oliver. This is you being your Pisces self, and all of a sudden we have this massive cluster of Aries energy over here, and it's under intense pressure from all the Capricorn energy over here. And it's like it's forcing you to take a very, very close look at your talents, gifts, and resources, and how authentic are you being towards yourself in that regard, and then deciding, well, what am I really, really here for? What am I really, really, really going to do with my talents and gifts and resources to bring to the world? Not just for the world, but for me, so that you can be truly you, like your most awesome self. And it looks to me like this is coming under close examination right now. And that's scary because it puts the energy of doubt there. In other words, when all the lights are on and they just shining all the lights on that part of your life, it's just like, oh, wait a minute. I never finished high school and I've only got one credit card and I'm bankrupt and I'm in debt and I've lost all my boyfriends and I'm divorced and my children don't love me and, you know, all the miserable things. And I don't know if it's ever going to work again. No. Okay. That's all right. You know, the whole point of all the lights shining there is to put a light on it, figure out what are your talents, assets, gifts, and resources, and then figure out what we're going to do with all of that. Don't worry about all the crappy stuff. Everyone's got, you know, issues and disabilities, inadequacies. We're not focusing on that. We're focusing on the good stuff, okay? So yeah, this is a serious challenge right now. So how are we going to deal with that? Okay, more repeat cards. People, I really try my hardest to shuffle the cards into complete neutrality so that we do not have any repeats at all. But when we do have so many repeats in one evening, that tells me that there's a lot of synchronicity going on and that we're kind of in a vortex where certain energy fields are inescapable. So my feeling here right now for you, Elizabeth, is that it's time to, like, it's almost like put on your action hero outfit, you know, like when you're a little kid. I don't know if you were a little kid and you had a closet and maybe your parents indulged you one day and they gave you a chance to go to a costume store and buy your most favorite outfit, whether it was Cinderella or Snow White or somebody wonderful or a Jennifer Lawrence lookalike mask or whatever it is, your most heroic, wonderful self. It's time to put that on. It's like it's time to wrap yourself in the magic wardrobe. Put on your cloak, your amazing magician's cloak. It's time to do that and rise up into your most, like, expressive self and start twirling the magic wands, literally, like, start making that stuff happen. And instead of being scared by what's happening, it's almost like jump right into it, you know, like become your own action hero, do it properly. And if you have to, dress up, you know. Oh, I got a brilliant idea. This is the perfect opportunity, Elizabeth Oliver. This is a perfect opportunity for Tarot Lumination to promote the Tarot Lumination Zazzle store, where you, Elizabeth, could buy the amazing Tarot Lumination leggings. And that would be part of your amazing superhero wardrobe. We're still going to design some tops, but leggings are a good start. Also, whatever you need, maybe you can get a magic Tarot Lumination pillow, or a magic tarot illumination clock, or a watch, or the amazing magic pendant. It's all there. You can go to the website and you can see it. But my feeling here for you, Elizabeth, is to not be so scared of all your failings. Don't worry about all the things that you don't have and all your, the things that you thought you were supposed to be and do, but instead focus on your gifts, your talents, your resources, and how to bring those into the light. And let's say, I mean, there's so many wands here. It is time now, Elizabeth. It's really, really time for you to like make the best of your talents, make the best of your skills, and reward yourself properly, and shout that out, share that out, if necessary, with a significant other. You might want to, it's almost like, let yourself get turned on. Let yourself get really turned on by you, and then freaking go for it. Okay? Really, really go for it, and then feed that passion. The passion feeds the passion here. This is like a positive feedback loop. Once you get over the fears and the doubts of your own inadequacies, your own disabilities, your own limitations, once you get out of that and understand that all that Aries light that's coming in, it's there to light up your gifts and talents and resources, not to scare you or embarrass you about what isn't working, okay? So once you figure out, oh, it's good news. Oh, Tarot Illumination, it's good news. Thank you. Then tap into the good stuff. Be your most awesome self, and then go for it. Really express it. All right. So that's how we do this. At least that's how we do it on Tarot Illumination. All right. I hope you got something out of that little reading, Elizabeth, and it made some kind of sense to you, even if it's kind of a fairly abstract way. Okay. All right. See, Lena is going in their support. We have a lot of support. There's a lot of support teams here. Like if you didn't fund, someone else will reinterpret the reading for you. So there are probably other tarot readers here tonight who would happily give you, Elizabeth, a variation on that reading, given the same cards, a completely different interpretation. That happens here on this show. Okay. Oh, Carrie Hilton, by the way, here's my herbal tea. I was just drinking this. I saw your notes there. I don't take any stimulants or anything like that. I can't even take caffeine or guarana or ephedra or any of those things. But this is like a soothing thing. It had lavender and honey and what else was in it? Anyway, it was it was really, really yummy, very soothing. All right. So there you go. Thank you for sharing that. Thank you, Elizabeth. I hope you got something out of it. Who's next, people? Joshua. Am I saying that correct? Are you still here, Joshua, tonight? I saw you put a note there about 11:11. That's very, very cool. I know you're in South Africa right now. Is it daytime or nighttime there? Anyway, this one's for you. Thank you for coming all the way from South Africa. All right, I need a beverage. I'm going to start to wilt. I've only got a couple more readings left. Joshua and okay. So it's time for me to start unwinding. So I'm going to invite you guys to share a little tipple with me. My favorite beverage. Here we go. Well, who's the one from South Africa? Joshua, you're from Texas? Joshua, okay, so wow, you're going to be really feeling this Capricorn Taurus thing over the next few years. Seriously. If you need to check in, write in. if you want to, you can go to Joshua, you can go to tarotlumination.com and you can see the links there for the little book. That book might be interesting for you in case you're deeply interested in finances and money and world, the way the world is going. So I don't know. I wrote the book because I couldn't help it. I'm not really a professional astrologer, but I showed my book to some really very big name, prominent astrologers, and they affirmed everything. So I went ahead and published it. Oh. All right. So I believe, didn't you say, Joshua, that this is your first time, Patricia? Hold on, I have to concentrate. I really need to concentrate here. Give me a moment, people. All right, we're good. So Joshua, you're not alone here, okay? There's good people here, and you're surrounded by angels. There's Terralumination angels and the interns and the guardian angels, and you have your own too. I invite you to bring your angels into the reading and turn it into a group affair. Ask them to hug you and hold you and surround you, comfort you, guide you, and protect you in all of this, for all time going forward. Okay? And we'll just use this as a particular moment in time to point that out. Cards are shuffled, cards are cut. Here's the situation, here's the challenge, here's how we're going to handle it, and here's the weather, here's the circumstances. It's not you, it's just what's out there, so you're going to make the best of it, okay, Joshua? The Chariot. So to me, this is an indication, this is a very, very important time period for you, Joshua. Very, very important chapter in your life is beginning. It's already beginning. We're at the very, very early stages right now, the very, 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 very beginning stages. And to me, it's a very strong indication that this is now a historic moment, not just for the world. May the 15th is a historic moment for the world, okay? Please mark your calendar, okay, Joshua? And then for the next 7 years, it's going to be an epic journey, especially January 2020, okay? Please, Joshua, please, I'm just going to do this again. Please pay attention, okay? January 2020 is a very big, important time for global restructuring. It's going to affect you personally because you have so much Capricorn and Taurus in your chart already. So it's like you're going to get this right in your face, okay? So my feeling is that instead of becoming overwhelmed by these energy patterns, this is a chance to turn your life around and get control of your life like never before. Now, it could be very, very challenging, okay? It could be because you're dealing with the big planets, Uranus, Neptune, Pluto. In fact, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, Pluto. In fact, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto. That is a huge alignment of energies that are starting to converge, okay? And you're going to feel it over the next few years. And it would be like the energy of trying to learn how to ride a racehorse. What are you going to do with all that power and opportunity? What are you going to do with all the challenges? What are you going to do with the amazing inspirations and new knowledge and wisdom? What are you going to do with all the dreams and the suffering that's going to be exposed? What are you going to do with the raw power that is inevitably going to be, you're going to have to deal with that, the raw power of yourself at your soul. What are you going to do with that? How are you going to get control of all of this? Okay, Joshua? The time to start planning is now. You have to start living it now. What's the situation? Oh, okay. All right, so it might be, because we're starting off with big cards here, it might be that you feel as though you don't have a lot of control over the situation. It might be that the reason you're here at Tarot Illumination tonight, it might be that your soul is reaching out for greater understanding that you could normally get in day-to-day life, and you are aware that there are much bigger, more important things going on than, traffic, news, weather, politics, vacations, credit cards, and day-to-day life. It might be that your situation right now is that you really need to release yourself and forgive yourself from all the things that were not working in your life, and forgive everyone else who screwed you over and everyone else who is going to keep screwing you over. You're going to be facing a lot of deep transformational changes over the next few years, and the situation is going to put a lot of pressure on you. Okay, a lot of pressure on you to change. And you might not like the change. If you are a Taurus and a Capricorn, you might be fighting these changes, and that's just going to make it worse. So so right now it might mean that the situation is having to accept that you need redemption, you need forgiveness, you need liberation, you need freedom. For that to happen, you need to offer forgiveness, offer redemption, offer freedom and liberty and new starts and beginnings. That might be the tricky part. What's the challenge here? Gosh, also big cards. My feeling is the challenge here is wondering if you can handle it all with the temple. Can you handle it? Are you going to be crushed by all of this? Are you going to be destroyed by all these big changes coming up? With the Temperance card here in the challenge position, it makes me feel like you have extreme doubts of whether you can hold your equilibrium, your balance, your dignity, your self-respect, your deep self-love. That's so important, because without that, it's very, very hard to grow and evolve. I mean, it looks to me like you're heading on a path to really big changes, and there's no going back, and you don't have a choice. It's like fate. You could call it fate is taking over. And if you're one of those people, you've just always lived your life according to what I would call default settings. In other words, the way that you were raised by your parents, your schools, your family, your religion, your friends, and your jobs, and everybody, and everything had to be done in a certain way. And now everything is falling apart, and you're realizing there's whole other ways to live. But it means radical change, radical shifting and letting go, releasing and redeeming of the past. But that puts you in a very difficult situation, because it looks like it's going to put a lot of demands on you, a lot of pressure on you, and to the point where it's almost takes you to the breaking point, wondering whether you can survive, whether you will get through all of this and heal and come out the other side healthy and happy. Okay, that's a big problem. And to me, this looks like the energy of extreme doubt, the energy of extreme doubt whether there's any chance for you at all. So that's the energy of like not loving yourself, like self-condemnation. That's not healthy. Okay, so how are we going to deal with this? More repeat cards, more repeat cards, more repeat cards. I try, people. I really try. So Hasue, my feeling here for you is that it's very important for you to understand that you are in a period of your life history now where big shifts and changes are going to happen, and you can't stop them. There's no point in trying to fight it. It's much better to go with the flow, forgive what needs to be forgiven, let go of whatever needs to be let go of, so that you can have a redemption, reconciliation, and start from scratch again. Heal yourself, and heal yourself first and foremost, and heal others by forgiving them and releasing them of any obligations that they might hold over you, which could be very burdensome for them, and there's no point in carrying them. And instead, allowing yourself to just It's almost like start from scratch again. Start from scratch. Look at a new life ahead. See it as a new journey and start to make the plans now. There's no way with this little tiny reading here that we could figure out where it's going to go, but it looks like it's very deeply fated, and the only way to handle it is to let it happen. Allow that you are on a new life path, on a new life journey, and it requires huge, radical changes from you, from the inside out, in order for this to happen. And it has to be done in little steps so that you can figure out step by step as you go along and like trust. Like you wouldn't be here tonight, Josue, unless you had a strong desire to evolve and grow. Everybody who comes to this channel wants to love and be loved. They want to heal. They want to be healed. They want to evolve and grow above and beyond where they are. So they come to Tarot Illumination. It's the same for you. So if it means having to do such radical changes and transformations and shifts in your life, to forgive and be forgiven, and trust, allow yourself to heal and allow yourself to heal others by the forgiveness that you can offer, and then start again, and then start to see what new options open up in front of you, because everything's going to change anyway. There's no way out of it. It's going to change. New consequences, new horizons, new Aries, new moon, new Taurus, new moon, April 15th, May 15th. Those are two very big important days. The big one is May 15th for you, okay? May 15th for you, Josue. Start planning now. Start getting yourself prepared now to look into a very, very new future. Okay, that's all I got for you. I hope you get something out of that. Please. Ooh, Laura Ellen Smith, leftover roasted potatoes. Oh, yum, yum, yum. Yum, yummy, yummy, yummy. Roasted potatoes. Oh, oh my gosh, you're making me hungry. I'm really hungry now. Oh my gosh. I've hardly eaten anything all day, so I'm feeling a bit spacey tonight. That's probably why my shuffling has been so strange tonight. We have another reading, people. Okay, I need a break. I need another break, people. This is for you. This is for you, Josue. Josue. If you wish for a simple miracle, if you wish, you can have one right away. All you need is some faith, is the will. Ask for it, and it will come to you today. Hey, hey, I want you to be oh so happy. I want you to be your higher self. Yeah, yeah. I want you to live and die laughing. Taste your dreams today. Taste your dreams this way. Yeah. Da 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 da. La da 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 da. If you wish wish to be in a state of grace. Ask for it, and it will meet you face to face. And if you wish, if you dare to dream, you will find that it's easier than it seems. Hey, I want you to know you're so happy. I want you to be your higher self. Yeah, yeah. I want you to live and die laughing. Taste your dreams today. Taste your dreams this way. Oh. La da 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 da. La da 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 da, la da 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 da. Oh, la da 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 da. Oh, yeah, yeah. I want you to be oh so happy. I want you to be your higher self. Yeah. I want you to live and die laughing. Taste your dreams today. Taste your dreams this way. Taste your dreams this way. Taste your dreams today. All right, I'm gonna finish that little song now, and let's get back to you guys. Thank you, Patricia. I'm glad you liked that little song. Dear Lena is helping me to get all the lyrics sorted out for the Tarot Illumination channel. She's doing a fantastic job. Much faster and much better than I could do it on my own. And we're working on an album. There's actually going to be an album coming out later this year for some of the Tarot Illumination songs. And again, with the kindness of all your readings and donations and sponsorships and everything, and some of the channel is growing now. Tarot Illumination now has a little tiny but extremely powerful recording studio, and it's going to take a long time to learn how to work it properly, but I know what to do and how to do it in theory and essence, because I was in the world of music for so long before Tarot Illumination. So yeah, we got one album already recorded. It'll be released in the next few months, and then another album maybe later this year or next year. We'll see. You will see. We'll see. The next album, the first album is going to be all the acoustic, simple solo songs. The next one is going to be all brand new. Brand new. All right, let's have a look. Okay, okay. All right, all right, all right. Okay, okay. What was that somewhere? A lot of July babies? What are you talking about? Ha ha, Virgo power. Virgo power. Oh. Okay, you kind of lost me there with the numbers in the chat there. You got your own thing going on. Okay. All right, okay, okay. You got it. This one's for you. I gotta tell you, I have to apologize because I feel really like untogether tonight. As much as I think I was looking at the charts and the planets, all those sextiles and trines, they're absolutely gorgeous, but it can be like, it's like being like a happy drunk, you know? Everything is so nice, you take it all for granted, and you just kind of go wobbling around like you're the happy drunk at the party. Hey, how are you, man? Oh, I love you, man. I'll give you a big hug. Hey, girl, what are you doing here? Oh, I love you, girl. Big hug. And you kind of, everything's kind of gets silly and goofy, and it's like wonderful all the time. And you very, very quickly you start taking that for granted, and you start thinking like that's how life is all day, every day, and you forget the challenges. I was doing a lot of studying on people who are born with a grand sextile. Have you ever heard of that or seen that, people? It's very rare, but it happens. I'll just make a little doodle here for fun. This is just a fun little thing that came to my mind. Yeah, I'm definitely loopy today, and I've only had one glass of wine. Okay, I don't know if you've ever seen this. It's very rare, but it does happen. We had a little bit of it tonight. Like, I'm only talking about the planets right now. I'm not talking about your ascendant or your nodal axis or your Chiron or any of the fixed stars. I'm just talking about the 10 planets, okay? So let's do it for Taurus, okay? Let's just do it for Taurus for kicks. It looks sort of like, let's see if I can actually do this. Hold on. Okay, it looks sort of like this. Okay, so these are all the sextiles, okay? Sextiles, by definition, in terms of Western astrology, are very comfortable, active, supportive, positive configurations of planets. They're very, very supportive of each other. So look at that. This is extremely supportive. Now, at the same time, guess what happens? You also have these mega trines here, here, here. Big fat trines. Look at that. And you have another one here, here, and here. Look at that. This could be earth trines and then water trines. I mean, it's just, this happens. This actually happens, people. This is called a grand sextile. And I was reading about them. There was a famous person. He's a famous reggae artist. And I believe he was born with this. Some people, I think they call it a Star of David or something. I'm not sure. Don't quote me, please. But the thing is, what they don't tell you, here's what they don't tell you about the grand sextile. This is so beautiful. It's just literally like being stoned, drunk, happy all the time. Like everything is wonderful all the time. Like you can't go wrong. Like it's just like heaven on earth. But what they don't tell you about the grand sextile is that it's loaded with oppositions, okay? Which can be very challenging with relationships. Like here, here, and here. Okay? And then all of a sudden, okay, this is getting very confusing now, but can you see the geometry here? The big oppositions here and here and here. Those are very, very powerful. And even though this is really gorgeous, this is very, very, very challenging. So you could have like the person who's just amazingly wonderful, has like a charmed life, but they leave a trail of disaster behind them in terms of like, you know, screwed up relationships or unwanted babies or bankruptcy or debt, but it doesn't affect them. It's just like they have a charmed life. It doesn't matter if they really, really hurt people or people hurt them. It doesn't matter. They somehow or other have this magic charmed life. And all I was noting about tonight, is that we had this. We had a bunch of this, depending where it is in your chart. We had a huge cluster of at least half of a Star of David. That's a lot of like hippie happiness, okay? Anyway, so I think it affected me very strongly because it was very supportive of my energy with the planets and things. So I feel like I ended up becoming kind of loopy-loo, extra super lucky, freaky happy, and I can't help it. I'm not even aware of anything horrible that's happening in my life. And even if it is happening, I don't care. I feel like I've been immunized. It's just the reality is there are still huge challenges. I'm just trying to give you an illustration, okay? That's all, okay? All right, so I hope you had a fun time chatting amongst yourselves. Looks like they're talking about food. Food, 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 food. Food, 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 the ultimate source of happiness. Well, I know others. I know other sources of happiness. Energized by the wakes, yeah, by the whales. Yes, I got energized by the whales. I really did. Honestly, Happy Go, it was freaky. We literally reclined up on the top of this big peak overlooking hundreds of square miles of ocean, and you could see all the little people on the beach hundreds of feet below, and there's the sun and the clouds and the surfers and everything. And my friend Sherry, she just said, you know, this is whale season. They do come by here. It was a fantastic experience. And I said, seriously? I've only seen whales a few times. And she said, yes, it's a magical experience. And I said, well, they're probably way, way out there. And she said, no, if you're really lucky, they will come in right on close to the shore. So I said, and I said, no way. Seriously? And I said to her, like, you can't be serious. Like, I don't think these whales are just going to show up because I showed up here. And then I turn my head, I look around, look out in the ocean, and then poof, suddenly two whales, the big mama whale and the little baby whale. And they were doing all of that stuff and doing all their big spouts of water. It was fan-freaking-tastic. So I felt like I was born. I felt at that moment in time that I was born with one of these. I don't have anything like this, but I felt like I did. Lena, I'm glad you're feeling loopy too. It really helps to be loopy on this channel. All right, okay, here we go. This is it. Yeah, Happy Go. They knew I was watching. They knew. Come back soon, Patricia. I'm sorry your phone froze. Sorry about that. Okay. We are now officially reading for okay. All right. Sure. Why not? Okay, here we go. Here's the situation. Here's the challenge. Here's how we're going to handle it. And what's the weather like for you? Okay. Page of Wands. More repeat cards. What is happening tonight, people? We've had so many repeat cards. I can't stop it. I can't help it. It just means that there's a very powerful energy of synchronicity for everybody here. Okay, we're all dealing with the same energy fields together. My feeling for you here, okay, is to understand that you are kind of in a vortex of energy right now. All of us are in this vortex. We have this powerful Aries new moon, which is under a lot of pressure from all the Capricorn people, all the Capricorn energy, Pluto, Saturn, and Mars. Very serious, do not F with me kind of energy. And they're putting a lot of pressure onto Aries energy saying, okay, Aries, so what are you going to do? What are you going to do, Aries? How exactly are you going to be your most awesome self, please? Yeah, exactly. Okay. Can you tell us exactly who you are, what you do, how you do it, why you're here, what are you going to be doing here, what's your plan for the future. Okay, 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 okay. What's the plan, man? What's the plan? We're here for a reason. That's what the Capricorn energy is all about. It's putting a lot of pressure on the Aries energy. My feeling here is to grab it. Okay, okay. Seize the moment. Understand that we're all innocent here. It is your time to shine and move forward. Move forward courageously. Grab whatever skills, talents, dreams, ambitions, desires that you have, inspiration, and just go for it. Just seize the moment. What's the situation? Okay, well, with the Hermit here, I don't know. I mean, I don't want to say that the situation is that you're in a solitary condition right now, but it's hard not to say it. Like, put it this way, even if you're like deeply married with kids and friends, or you've got boyfriends or girlfriends or whatever it is, and you're deeply entwined in relationships, it still sometimes comes as a shock to realize that we are on our own. We, all of us, each of us with this Aries energy, have to understand we are each of us unique individual beings. None of us are the same. We're all made of the same stuff, but none of us are the same. We're all composed out of the healing power of love, which gets transmuted into what we call human form, flesh, okay? Bones, nerves, vital organs, which are the same more or less for all of us. But as spirits and souls, each one of us is divine and unique, completely and utterly unique. There is no other okay, okay. It's just you. Sometimes that can be very, very frightening. It can be a very lonely experience where you suddenly come to this shocking awakening that, oh my God, it's just me. And then there's the whole of the rest of the world. Like there's the people you see on TV shows and movies. There's your friends and families, acquaintances, nieces, nephews, aunts and uncles, and everybody. And then there's me. There's you. And then the question is like, who am I? Where do I fit into all this? What is my purpose? Why am I here? What is the point of life? What is the point of even being a human being? What are human beings? What are we? What are we supposed to do with ourselves? Well, ultimately, the answers lie inside of you. And that's the only way it ever was or ever will be. And that can be very difficult to handle, especially if you're dealing with this right now. What's the challenge? Okay. My feeling is the challenge is that you would rather not have to deal with this. With the Page of Swords here, to me, it feels like extreme doubt about your abilities to deal with the truth of the matter for you in your life, in your world. In other words, if you have a lot of challenging situations in your world where it would be much easier just to like give up and just do what's expected of you, you know, live the life that you were taught to live from school, parents, religion, neighbors, culture, city, town, family and relatives or whatever. But now you're in a situation where you're being called out. And it's time, it's very important for you to set out on a path of your own individuation, your own self, your own unique identity, where you become your own spiritual guide, your own spiritual master, and you answer to your own, you answer to yourself first, okay, instead of everybody and everything else. That's a problem, okay. To me, it feels like the challenge here is that you don't want to deal with that. Like that, in other words, it's almost like, wait a minute, Terra Illumination, that can't be true. That's just a load of BS. I doubt it. In other words, it's almost like, okay, okay, you're saying that can't possibly be. Like we're all so similar, but it's not. See, the challenge is that, like, to me, it feels like the fear of facing the truth of what is actually happening with you in your life and what you're going to do and how you have to deal with it. In other words, facing the reality, the truth, facing the truth that you are alone, that you are a single entity, and there is only one okay on this planet. Out of 7.5 billion people, there is only one okay. And that's very hard for you to accept. And it's almost like you would rather that it was not that way, because it's almost like there's so much pressure now that you realize that you are your own unique individual being. So how are you going to deal with that? Okay. To me, it feels like, well, face reality. I'm not going to tell you by command that this is how it is, but my feeling, okay, for you is that I'm just going to suggest, like, how about just looking at things in very, very simple terms? Just accept the reality that the physical reality is that there is only one okay. And if you have a problem with that, the way to deal with it is to, it's almost like admit the truth that you're your own unique being, and that you have your own unique path, and that you're supposed to go on this path, you're supposed to be on this path, and it is your path and your path alone. And yes, you can share your journey with other people, but it's all about learning how to become your own guide, your own spiritual guide, and master, and learning how to discern the truth, what is true for you and what is not true for you. And that could be a problem to me. So the problem is, it feels like you don't want to do that because it feels very alien to you. So my feeling, the way to handle it is do it one little step at a time, one decision at a time, as you move forward in life. I'm saying it's almost like for all of the readings tonight, it goes down to the Aries new moon and the Taurus new moon and the big shift of Uranus into Taurus coming up. It's going to completely change your life and your world from very, very, very deep, subtle ways, okay? Especially around January 2020. So when you get there, as you go through this, it might feel very emotionally like disturbing and upsetting for you as you live through these new chapters that are starting. But the way to handle it is accept it that, well, this is my reality. My reality is that I have to accept the truth that there is only one me, and I have to answer to me, and I don't have to dumb myself down. I don't have to diminish myself, or let's say comply with other people's truths in order to be happy to be me. In other words, what really counts is being your own truth, coming into your own truth, being willing to call out the truth about what is really true for you in your life, in your world, and do that one little step at a time, balancing your way each step as you go along, because it's going to be tricky. To me, it feels like it's going to be very unnatural for you to do this. So the way to handle it is treat it as a very delicate journey, one step at a time, so that you don't have to do all this at once. It's a long journey. Okay, it's a long journey, and it might feel like you're solitary on your own, but that's the whole point. The whole point is get to the understanding that it is just you in the end. The whole of the rest of the world can do whatever it does. It's so important to kind of get into tune with you and become your own guiding light, become your own master, become the seeker of your own truth, and that is within inside you. Okay, it's just that the steps to get there might be very like wobbly. Okay, it's okay, you can handle it. You can always come back here to Tarot Illumination. You can check in, because we're all going through similar things anyway, and it's just for you. It's just like now is the time to see, just please just see it as a journey. Okay, it might be a journey that you don't want to go on, but you're going to have to go on it anyway. It might be a journey where you don't know a lot about what's supposed to happen or where you're supposed to go or how you're supposed to do it, but it doesn't matter. You're going to go on the journey anyway. So you might as well get used to it and just deal with it step by step, step by step. And then, okay, I screwed up on that one. Okay, well, what do I do now? Oh, I do that. Oh, should I chat with Terra Illumination? Should I chat with Lena? Should I chat with Patricia? Should I chat with Allsun? Should I chat with Josue? I don't know. I'm going to figure it out one step at a time. Okay? All right, okay. I hope that helps you a little bit. All right, let's have a look here. What's going on, people? I'm going to put I am guided. This is for, okay. I am guided, I am protected, 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 I am guided, I am protected. When the light of hope it fades, when all faith is blown away, when all sense of trust goes down, when a smile turns into frown, when it feels there's no relief, nothing in which to believe, desperate in woe and grief, angels come reminding me. I am guided, I am protected, 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 I am guided, I am protected. Angels gather close to me, show me what I cannot see. Angels take me by the hand, lift me when I cannot stand. Angels lead me through the dark, soothe and tend a broken heart, laughing at the circumstance, crying while we sing and dance. I am guided, I am protected, 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 I am guided, I am protected. I am guided, I am protected, 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 I am guided, I am protected. When the light of hope it fades, when all faith is blown away, when all sense of trust goes down, when a smile turns into frown, when it feels there's no relief, nothing in which to believe, desperate in woe and grief, angels come reminding me.
I am guided, I am protected, 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 I am guided, I am protected. Angels gather close to me, show me what I cannot see. Angels take me by the hand, lift me when I cannot stand. Angels lead me through the dark, soothing tender broken heart, laughing at the circumstance, crying while we sing and dance. I am guided, I am protected, 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 I am guided, I am protected.
There we go. So there we go. I told you I would be back. I am back. Thank you so much. So yeah, I'm glad you're making friends with each other. What really pleases, I get so much joy out of knowing that you've become buddies and friends. It's just like it's the campfire, Terra Illumination Love Tribe when it becomes real. It's like you guys are real. You know, here I am at Terra Illumination World Headquarters, broadcasting through my amazing new computer. Very much thank you to uh, a certain particular visitor. And so, anyway, you guys are out there scattered all over the planet, hanging out, spending your time here. You could be doing other things, but you're here. I could be doing other things, but I'm here. I love doing this with you guys. And it's very intimate. It's very private. It's very, very personal, but it's in some ways of like obscenely public because we're doing stuff that's very, very private, very personal, but we're doing it in a very public way. And you're um, allowing yourself to share that energy with others. Okay. And then it's almost like it becomes silly fun. Like it doesn't matter how embarrassing or awkward or painful or miserable our stories become. The fact that we're sharing them makes it okay, you know? So I'm glad. I'm really, really glad to do this. I wanted to show you something. Oh yeah. So you know how I keep going on about this little book? It's very challenging. It's a much more challenging book than I ever thought. I've worked in some media businesses where writing is a very important part of what I do. And some of the things that I've helped on for consulting with writing were extremely challenging. But this little book is probably more challenging than anything else I've done. And at first I thought it would be simple, but it's not. It's so pure, it's so simple, but it's actually hard to do. The book is called Love and Healing, and it's a little book about the healing power of love. And so I had all my, I did my creative visualization and everything like that. Whoopee, Yahoo. And so I wrote the book, and it's here. This is the manuscript. And then, of course, I realized, what they say in writing is rewriting. Writing is rewriting. You have to like purify and cleanse, refine, 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 edit, 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 revise, revise. The original writing is hard enough work, but it's the edits and the revisions and the rewriting that is extremely hard. And so I just wanted to show you the messiness of the revisions here. And there's a lot more And you can't see here because I'm doing a lot of stuff on the computer. But anyway, this little book is working on right now, and we're going to release the book in a very simple form with no illustrations. It's just going to be the manuscript itself, okay? So that'll probably come out later this year. And it'll, once this is out and it's promoted and broadcast and shared properly, and people start to read this, they will have a much better understanding of what goes on inside Terra Illumination, okay, and how this comes out and works for you. And it's taken me a long time, and I'm just gonna, my whole mission right now is to keep going so that I can finish this for you guys, put this out there, so if anyone's interested, they can get a little copy of this. It'll be very affordable, and you can get it on Amazon just like the other little books. And I'm hoping that will bring more light into your lives so that you understand that no matter how shitty things get at times, it's still an incredible miracle just to be here and be alive and have the chance to do this amazing stuff. We're very, very fortunate. We're very, very lucky people. We're very, very wealthy people. We're very happy people. We're very blessed people. Okay? Carrie, correct. Exactly. Staying current. It is not easy to stay in the moment. But here we are. We are doing it. We're actually here right now. Oh, son, you are freaky, man. You're freaky when you see my aura shit. Excuse my language. I'm not supposed to say that on this channel. This channel, according to Primary Feathers, is held to a higher standard. And I now have discovered what you're talking about, Primary. I'm serious, man. Oh my gosh. Because Primary, you were right. This channel was put under so much pressure, and it's withstanding the pressure. And now the channel, just so that you know, people, the channel is being approached by all these so-called professional multi-channel networks. And these are groups of companies that help to grow and promote the channel to become much bigger. But it comes at a very big compromise to the channel. So I'm a little bit cautious because I like the purity of the channel. I like the purity and the simplicity that we're just doing what we do. And I was advised by a professional channel manager that Terra Illumination is just fine the way it is, except it is doing absolutely nothing to promote itself and grow itself outside of itself. So he said that, like, you have a really good channel, really good content, amazing visitors, really good, everything's great, but the only people who ever see you or know about you are your subscribers. So your little channel is only growing if or when new people discover you. So he's going to train me on how to grow the channel so that more people can visit, so that we can still do things properly and have fun together, and so the channel can be more self-sustaining. So that's a lot. All right, I think I'm kind of beat up. Fritali, thank you, Fritali. I think I'm just going to hang out with you guys. I'm too burnt out. I'm too wiped out. I feel too trippy. I feel way too trippy, way too weird to do any more readings. I can hardly, like, I feel kind of, to be honest, I feel kind of disembodied right now. Be tortured by me. Lena, Lena, you're fantastic. Thank you so much. It's very, very early days for Terra Illumination. So yeah, we have a lot of work to do, but I want to thank you. Let's dance, people. Let's dance. This is for all the ladies here. This is for all the ladies tonight. I know how you ladies suffer, and because you tell me your stories. So this little song, you probably know it already. It's all about how you ladies suffer. You don't have to tell me. Pretend, you can pretend if you want. You can pretend this is tarot illumination in drag, okay? And I'm just doing like a tarot illumination song in drag. I wrote the song, but it's for a girl to sing it. So I found this amazing singer, but she didn't want to do anything else, and so we parted company. But just so that you know, I'm fairly empathic, and so all the lyrics are very, very genuine, and it's all about the girls and the women out there. And I understand you. Put it this way, I get you. I get you. I get you. So get your dancing shoes on, people. It is time, and we're going to go for it, all right? Let me just get the song going. First of all, hold on. Hey, oh, here we go. I'm not gonna do any crazy dancing with the backstage crew. I'm too wiped out. I missed the bus in high school. My stalker walked me home. I sprayed his face with mace and then he left me all alone. Tonight, I'm gonna dance my stress away until the break of daylight. You may not wanna dance with me, but I wanna dance with you. A lot of my relationships, they end up in the ditch. So I'm getting counseling for being another trouble bitch. Doctors will say, hey, please, and let me check that false. So yes, you are the man you say you are. You love me till you fall. Tonight, I'm gonna dance my stress away until the break of daylight. You may not wanna dance with me, but I wanna dance with you. I chose the petty games to bring my solutions. Dance backs and fancy backs and empty substitution. All the things they need is a man who throws me on his shoulder. Takes me naked in the ocean, never make me come I'm gonna dance my stress away until the break of daylight. You may not wanna dance with me, but I wanna dance with you. Getting tattoos on my ass and popping in my arms could get me into trouble, leaving me rejected. Then again, pretending I'm superior like they all do. There is no guarantee that I will be accepted. Tonight, I'm gonna dance my stress away until the break of daylight. You may not wanna dance with me, but I wanna dance with you. We're gonna dance the stress away until the break of daylight. You may not wanna dance with me, but I wanna dance with you. All right. All right, people. So give me a second here. You know, it's a new moon. All right, people. It's a new moon. I know it's late for a lot of you. A lot of go to bed now, but that's okay. This is an invocation I wrote probably last year, but a lot of it is still relevant for now because some of it is just generic. Okay, it's just generic invocation for any new moon. I wrote it for a particular one, but I want to use it tonight just to take advantage of the situation. So I hope you don't mind. I'm going to read out the little invocation, and this is for all of us. This is to wish us basically good luck for the new moon coming. So please bear with me. You can chat amongst yourselves. It's okay. You know, I'm just going to do this. Sharon, no, that song was going to be on the next album, not this one, the next one. So you have to be, please understand, with tarot illumination, you have to be extremely patient. Patience is key. So I'm going to do an invocation. I'm just going to read this to you guys, okay? So you can just chill and hang out, do whatever you got to do. I'm just going to read it. I'm going to do this for myself. I'm loving myself, okay? I'm basically saying to myself, well, what would a good Aries do right now? What would be the most loving thing I could do for myself right now? And that is to bless myself, to love myself, to honor myself, to respect myself, and own that. No shame, no apologies, and be in my strength, be in my power, be in my righteousness, be in my fullest sense of self. There's nothing to do with arrogance or vanity or narcissism here. It's just literally about being true, by being your true self. Like what we were talking about, that reading earlier with, who was it? Oh gosh, I can't remember. Anyway, I'm sorry, I was ranting. Forgive me. Here we go. Here is a new moon invocation. We're going to use this for tonight, the Aries new moon. Very strong Aries new moon. Heavy challenges from Capricorn energy, and very fleeting, and incidentally a lot of support from all the sextiles and trines from Taurus and Scorpio and Pisces and Capricorn. All right, here we go. Pretend, you know, I'm just saying this to myself. It's like I say this as a bedtime invocation to myself. Dear angels, sorry, give me a moment. Give me a moment. All right, here we go. Dear angels, dear creator, dear energy of heaven, dear heavenly beings, we ask to be guided and protected in our new journey unfolding from this moment right now. We ask for your angelic presence. We ask for your angelic presence even if we are not aware of your presence. We ask for your presence even if we do not believe in you. We ask anyway. Even if we can't see you or feel you or hear you, we ask anyway. We ask that whatever is ours comes to us. We ask that whatever is not ours moves away. We understand that whatever is ours or not ours may be in the form of relationships, jobs, rewards, debts, obligations, new awareness, love, affection, consideration, respect, and balance. Whatever is not ours moves away. Whatever is ours comes to us. It's a balancing and a harmonizing in all these forms and more, whatever they may be to us, into our others and our loved ones. We ask for this. We ask for what is ours to come to us, and what is not ours to move away. We ask that we have the grace and humility to surrender and release that which is not ours. We ask that we have the grace and humility to accept and embrace that which is ours. We ask that we love what is ours, that we bless that which is not ours. We ask that over this time period, this next lunar cycle, this Aries new moon leading up to the big Taurus new moon, we ask through this time period that we maintain and uphold our own unique sovereignty of self. while at the same time allowing for the unique and sovereign self of our others, our dear ones, our friends, our families, our loved ones, our partners. We also ask for all the inspiration and opportunity and courage that we need to be made known to us clearly at this time, so that we may make the very best of these prevailing conditions for our own sakes and for the sakes of our loved ones too. We also ask for any deeply buried wounds and sufferings and ways of self-undoing be made known to us, to be revealed to us in gentle, understandable, but very definitive ways, so that we may apply and allow the healing power of love to begin the processes of deep healing that we all need, from the depths of our souls to the very front lines of our day-to-day lives, from the depths of our soul right into our three-dimensional physical lives. We ask all this on the understanding that much healing can begin under these prevailing conditions, especially in the context of our most significant relationships, all for the ultimate greater good of ourselves and our loved ones. We ask that we have the grace and humility to accept the good will of heaven as it moves into and through our lives by our own invocation, by our invitation. Dear angels, we thank you for the healing power of love as it moves into and through our lives. We thank you for listening. We thank you for listening. We thank you for listening. So it is spoken, so it is done. Bless me, bless you, blessings to all of us. Blessings to you guys here, whoever still here tonight at the show. Thank you so much for staying to the very bitter end, the very sweet end. Thank you very, very much. I'm just going to let it scroll out now. I'm going to play one song and we can just chill and hang out together, okay? And that'll pretty much be it for this week. Blessings on the new moon, okay? Blessings, blessings to the new moon, okay?
Sing the word, share the word, sing the word, dance the word, say the word, praise the word, feel the word, love the word, live the word, fight the word. Shake the word, hug the word, breathe the word, whisper the word, sigh the word, love the word, sing it out, sing the word, share the word, speak the word, dance the word, say the word, praise the word, feel the word, love the word, live the word, fight the word, shake the word, hug the word, breathe the word, whisper the word, sigh the word, love the word, sing it out, sing the word, share the word, speak the word, dance the word, say the word, praise the word, feel the word, love the
Not the end. I'm going to do another one. Going to do another one. Here we go. Yeah. Hey.
I'm alive before the sun does rise. When the sun does rise, I reach out for the skies. Opening my hands to welcome the day. Gathering the sun's rays before on my way. Heavenly vibrations rattle through my soul. Shaking up the monsters, making me whole. Yes, the earth and seasons by chanting the word. The sounds of the universe I always hear. Resonating inside us.
Love is the word.
Moving every day, pray no accidents and lives. Giving thanks to heaven that I am still alive. Blessing my enemies, blessing the ones I love. Praying for forgiveness from any damages I've done. The healing vibrations rattle through my soul, shaking out the poisons, making me whole. Casting out diseases by chanting a word. The sounds of the universe by all will be heard. Resonating inside us.
Love is the word.
Now the day is done and moon is on the rise. My trials and tribulations all bottled up inside. I summon the love as I reach up for the skies. I command all fear and shadows be gone before my eyes. The healing vibrations rattle through my soul, shaking out the poisons, making me whole. Casting out diseases by chanting the word. The sounds of the universe I all will be heard. Resonating inside us.
Love is the word.
And the healing vibrations rattle through my soul, shaking out the poisons, making me whole. Casting out diseases by chanting the word. The sounds of the universe I all will be heard. Resonating inside us. Love is the word.
Love is the word. Yeah, yeah. Love is the yeah, yeah, love is the word. Yeah, yeah, love is the word. Good night, everybody. Good night, everyone. It's been a real treat, a real pleasure. I'm sorry I was kind of so completely loopy-loo and out there. I was working really hard to try and keep it together tonight, I have to tell you. And I got really wigged out by the way the energy was shifting and moving. But we did it. We survived a whole show, a whole night together. Love you guys. Love you guys. Love you guys. Lena, you're a star. Thank you. You're all stars. We're all stars here. Okay? Super duper. It's a true luxury to know you guys, to have you guys in this little world. This beautiful little world we have here. It's just beautiful. Thank you so, so much. Good night, everybody. Bye-bye. 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 Bye-bye, everybody. Sleep well, rest well, have a good week. Make the best of your new moon. Start planning for the Taurus new moon. Okay? Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.